7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off.
It's time for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner will be going. This is the payoff pitch. Let's see if Shea can get out of the inning here. The kick and deliver. Swung on it, missed it, got him. 12 strikeouts for Shea Shanneman.
That one hits to left field. Making the left field, they go back. Keep going back, and that thing is going to be gone. It's out of here. Holy moly, Cole Evans. 370 feet, Cole Evans got a hold of that thing. Wow.
That one hit to short. Cervantes is second, back to first, and they get him. Nicely turned double play there, the old 6-4-3, and there's 2 down. Their double play tonight turned by the Busters.
Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
All right, good evening, everybody. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein with you. Nate Miller running our TV controls to my right. And, Steve, we're ready. It's a little cooler night tonight than it was last night. Definitely a lot cooler. 87 degrees. Pretty crazy.
Yep, it's going to be very nice evening for baseball. The smoke is in the air from the wildfires, but you really don't notice the scent that much, but a very hazy evening. And we expect a very fun night of baseball, and the Sodbusters playing their best ball of the year as they try to get the series win today over Wheat City after dominating the Whiskey Jacks yesterday 10-0.
Yeah, I take it back at 76 degrees anyways. And it was a good game yesterday. The bats were on fire besides the weather as they put 10 runs together on 10 hits, just the 1 error, and Wheat City only had 3 hits. Great pitching there from Treyton Scully last night. The second time he has pitched a shutout against Wheat City. He just wants to face them every time he goes out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, had 8 innings of shutout ball the first time they met, and yesterday it was a 7-inning scheduled game, and he allows only 3 hits while striking out 7, walking none. So and Treyton also has been given 25 runs of support when they've played Wheat City, so just another reason that he'd like to play against them every time. So Sodbusters trying to keep it going with their pitching and defense, and JT Cafferty will take the hill for the Sodbusters. Another 7-inning game tonight.
Yeah, should be fun. Last time Scully pitched that shutout was back on Sunday, July 6th here at Duncan Field. Busters won that one 15-0. They've had 4 shutouts here at Duncan this year for Sodbuster pitching. Shane Scott threw one on July 17th, 3-0 against Casper. Jake Schroeder threw one not too long ago here, just against Moo a couple days ago on July 27th, the 4-0 win on that one, and then Treyton's last night, 10-0. JT on the hill, as we mentioned, it's just kind of been 7 innings. Both teams agree with that to wrap up the season here, at least at Duncan Field the next couple of days. Just save some arms. I mean, the rosters are kind of getting minimal. It's hard to find pitching this time of year, and so that's a good way to go. And especially last night, I'm sure Wheat City was ready to go home after 7 innings.
Well, and hey, credit Wheat City for showing up.
Yeah.
They played at home the night before.
Wow.
And made the road trip
in
here,
North Dakota.
And so it was a haul. And we visited with Scott Galusha about the schedule change. It's actually shorter for them to come here than it is to go to Idaho or Montana. So they were okay with coming here, but they had no off days. So maybe they'll have a little more energy today, and we look for fun baseball here the next couple of days as the Sodbusters wrap up their home schedule tonight and tomorrow.
Sodbusters' pitching has been really good over the last 7 days. You look at their pitching here, and they've got 4 wins, only 1 loss, and 52-plus innings. They have struck out 28 batters, and they faced 219. Opposing batting average 338, a little higher than you like, but the ERA is really good at 2.59 right now, or 2.59 is what I have for their ERA. In the last 7 days, so that's really good. Look at Wheat City; they've had a little bit tougher out there in the last 7 days for their pitching. Their ERA is 7.91. They have struck out 68 batters, which is a really good number, but they've had a lot of walks, 38, as opposed to the 24 of Hastings. And last night, Treyton Scully, not a single walk. That's a good thing to see.
And it's 2 teams right now which are kind of heading in opposite directions. If the Sodbusters, they hope to keep it that way, and you're as good as your next start, and hopefully the Sodbusters can come out and to continue their hot streak and close out the home schedule with a flourish here in the next 2 nights.
A couple of guys had the bats going last night. Of course, Cole Dawson had a great night with 2 hits, and Matt Hulbeck just continues his great hitting. 2 triples last night. He had a single. He's really been playing well. Steve, you had a chance to catch up with him after the game. We'll take a break and we'll come back and hear that interview. Nice young man. I've never talked to him. Every time I go down there, he's not down there. So
you will be allowed to talk to him, but you can't interview him.
All right, there you go. Does he tower over? He looks like he's pretty tall.
Yes. Well, everybody towers over me,
well,
but
me
yeah,
too.
He's built like a baseball player. And,
all right.
And good talker's got his future plans in order, and a nice young man, and a fun interview.
good. Yeah, he's a good athlete all around. He played right field and played first base. Come in and pitch. He's very talented there as well. We'll hear that interview here in just a little bit. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Score big at Bullseye's every Tuesday's Big Burger Night. Wednesday's wings and draft beer specials. Thursday, roasted chicken buffet. Friday's prime rib and seafood buffet. Saturday, their world-famous prime rib and comfort food special. And every Sunday, chicken and breakfast brunch from 10 until 2. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Dine-in or carry-out. 2017 West 2nd Street. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Just visiting Hastings? Need a place to stay? How about the C3 Hotel and Convention Center? Connected, clean, comfortable.
C3 Hotel and Convention Center.
2205 Osborne Drive, East. Event and Convention Center. 101 rooms, free hot breakfast, life-size game area, 24-hour fitness center, indoor pool, whirlpool. C3 Hotel. Official hotel of the Hastings Sodbusters. Visit c3hotel.com. All right, here I am at Duncan Field, ready for the game. I know I'm about 2 hours early, but I got to get my favorite parking spot. Oh, man, I'm so hungry. But I don't want to leave my favorite parking spot. There's nothing out here to eat. Wait a minute, what's that? Big Dally's Deli? That's right across from center field. I could just walk over there, get myself a choice of any kind of sandwich I want, and there's a ton, come back, eat it in the car, and still have my favorite parking place and not miss a second of the game. I'm going to try that. Big Dally's Deli with 2 locations, 610 East South Street and 801 West 2nd Street in Hastings. Let's face it, nobody likes doing laundry. That's why Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning make it easy. You can drop off your laundry and they can do it for you. Comforters, dry cleaning, rugs, weekly laundry, extra large self-service washers and dryers available if you like doing it yourself. But who does? Plus, check out their tanning. 9 tanning beds and Versa Spray Tan. That's Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning, 928 West A Street, just off Burlington in Hastings. Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
It is the Sodbuster Spotlight as we get a chance to hear from Matt Hallback. He took over the team lead in triples on one night. As a lot of guys had 1 triple, Matt had 2 in the same night. Matt, talk a bit about the way you were seeing the ball here against this squad from Wheat City.
Yeah, so recently I've just been focusing on hitting the ball the opposite way and not getting beat by the outside fastball. And those 2 triples were outside fastballs that I was just ready for, and I got them playing early and drove them into gaps.
Were you a triples guy in high school?
I was a triples guy in my freshman and sophomore year, and once I got to varsity and there's better arms in the outfield, I turned to a doubles guy. But out here at Duncan, feels far, so I can get those triples again, yeah.
And you mentioned focusing on hitting it the opposite way. If you're going to be a college hitter, you want to hit to all fields.
Of course you want to hit to all fields, but I feel like if you're expecting an inside pitch, it's harder to go to the outside pitch. So my theory is to always expect an outside pitch, and then if it's in, you can just react and turn to it. But yeah, you got to be able to hit to all fields, so that's what I've been working on.
We're talking with Matt Hallback. Just a few months ago, he was playing high school baseball. Talk a little bit about the journey from California to Hastings.
Yeah, so when high school season ended, I didn't know where I was going to end up for summer ball, but I knew I was going to go somewhere, and I talked with my coaches, and then they told me I was going to Hastings, Nebraska, and it caught me a little bit off guard since it's really far away from California, but I mean, I was in for it. Wherever I get to play baseball is where I want to be, so I was down to get out here, and that's kind of what happened.
How cool is it to have Logan Johnstone? I know you guys played at different high schools, but to at least have somebody from back home to travel with.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I've been friends with Logan for a long time. We lived like 10 minutes away from each other, always sit together, so I mean, it's good to have a buddy, especially when you're playing with all these older kids, you know, someone you can really connect with. So Logan and Luke have been those people for me so far.
Was it a little bit intimidating coming in, as you mentioned, just coming out of high school? Some of these guys are dudes. You look at these Fremont guys. I mean, it's a little bit of an adjustment. What was the biggest challenge as you tried to get into this league?
I said the biggest adjustment is just, you know, getting used to these college pitchers now that have multiple pitches they can throw for strikes, and they're obviously throwing harder. I mean, there's bigger kids. At first, it's a little intimidating, but I feel like I've gotten used to it now. But I mean, yeah, just getting used to multiple off-speed pitches, and you never know what you could expect with these 23-year-olds or 24-year-olds, you know.
Talking with Matt Hallback, you also pitch a little bit. It's a little intimidating watching some of these Fremont dudes come up and knowing if you lay one over there, they're going to hit it a long way.
Yeah, I just have some trust in my pitches, and you know, you got to take some risks and throwing some pitches over the plate. You can't always pick the corners, so I've been trying to do that. Just throwing strikes and getting some feel for my off-speed pitches, and I feel like if I have all my off-speed pitches, I can throw well. But yeah, that's the goal, just throw strikes with all my off-speed pitches.
And one thing about it, Duncan Field, it's kind of made for pitchers. If you can keep it you're going to keep it in the park probably, throw some strikes, and the way this defense has been playing, you're going to get a lot of outs.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot more confidence at dunking, knowing it takes a mighty swing to hit a ball out. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to pitch at dunking. Can't say the same about hitting, but pitching, yeah, I have confidence playing here with my defense and being at Duncan Field.
And overall, as a team, how much fun has this last week begun? You started with a 2-game sweep at Western, playing really well on the home field. You won at Fremont. Is it a team that's maybe hitting its stride at the right time?
Yeah, I definitely think we are. I mean, we've came a long way since I first got here. I feel like we lost most of our games, and now the team's coming together and we're playing for each other, and you can tell that we're hitting better and throwing better, and it's a lot more fun when we're winning games.
We're hearing from Matt Hallback, who is signed with UC San Diego. Talk a little about how that fits into your future.
So when I was looking for colleges, of course I wanted a college with a good education, a good baseball team, and then a nice location, and UC San Diego fit that criteria. I mean, the coaches seem like good people and they have trust in me, so I mean, all around it seemed like a good fit.
Baseball-wise, how have they been?
So this was their first year going to D1, and they played in the Big West, which is a good competitive division, and they placed 4th this year, so they played really well. It's good to see that they're competing now that they're D1, so I mean, I'm excited to get down there.
What about academically? How does that fit with what you want to do?
I mean, it's a UC school, so obviously it has great academics, and I mean, that's something that's really important, and in my mind, it's a school that it's more than a 4-year college, but you know, it supports me for my whole life, so I want to get a good degree. So I mean, UC San Diego is a very educational school, so that's why I chose it.
What are you leaning toward? What would you like to see yourself majoring in? Do you have any long-term educational plans?
Yeah, so I'm going to major in economics. Business is something that I'm interested in, and I mean, that was when I chose my major. It's something that I was interested in and wanted to do, so that's what I'll be doing in college.
Matt Hallback, he has been a nice addition to the Hastings Sodbusters. That's our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
All right, thank you, Steve. Nice interview there with Matt Hallback, and he hails from Los Gatos, California. The same as Logan Johnstone. It's cool that they live 10 minutes away from each other and grew up knowing each other, and now they're here on the Sodbusters. Kind of funny how life works sometimes, isn't it? Well, Matt Hallback, he has been an outstanding player here for the Sodbusters since joining the team. He's only played in 23 games this season, but, boy, since coming in, he has pitched 4 times for us, for them, and he's just been playing really, really well. And you look overall batting average for him, he is hitting right now 333. He's got 28 hits, the 2 triples last night. He's got 2 home runs. Those are both on the road, 14 RBIs, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts, a stolen base, 13 runs. Remember, he was just playing high school baseball before he came into this league. Same thing with Johnstone. Those are 2 very, very talented young men that have big futures ahead of them. They will not be playing at the same college, but still. Looking at the pitching for Hallback, his ERA is a little high, but everybody's in this league. 6.42. He's 1 win, 1 loss when he pitched in the game. He had 4 games. He came in relief in all of them. 7 innings pitched, struck out 5, 4 walks on 7 hits as well. So he is in the lineup once again. Back at first base, he is batting in the 4th position. We'll take a look at those lineups here in just a little bit, but Matt Hallback has been playing very, very well, and just been a huge asset to this team. Treyton Scully pitched a great game last night. I had a chance to catch up with him. We'll play that interview coming up after the break. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hey, that's another beautiful day at Duncan Field for Sodbusters Baseball. Take it from Harry. Nothing's better than Sodbusters than... Wait a minute, what's this? Okay, my 2 favorite things now, beer and baseball. Oh, does it get any better than that? As a long fly ball to center field, now it's caught by the second baseman.
Eagle Distributing, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Cowbusters! Hi!
Odyssey. Casual, modern, and innovative cuisine, drinks, and service in the heart of downtown Hastings. The website is odysseydowntown.com. Call for reservations 402-834-3811. Odyssey. Reservations are required for lunch and dinner. Carryout orders taken on the day of carryout only. 834-3811. A sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
There's sandwiches. And then there's Quiznos Sub. Quiznos of Hastings. Order online, Quiznos.com. Or call 402-461-3800. 320 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 106. Hey, they deliver. So let's recap. There's subs. Then there's Quiznos subs. Make the right choice. Check out Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hastings at 813 West 2nd Street. Marty DeMuth can help you with all your auto, home, life, annuities, business, and farm and ranch needs. Talk to Marty DeMuth at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hastings. 402-463-2111. Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud Sodbuster baseball sponsor.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Pregame Show. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Nate Miller here on booth number 3 at Duncan Field. Second to last game, home game of the year for the Sodbusters as Wheat City is here for game number 2. These two teams will meet up again tomorrow here at Duncan for the last game of the regular season at home anyways. And then they travel to Wheat City on Tuesday. The guys will travel down there and take them on for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then wrapping up the series, wrapping up in Pierre for the end of the year next week. So it's hard to believe it's already coming down to an end, but a great shutout last night for Treyton Scully. A nice game pitched. Second shutout of the year for him, and the second one against Wheat City. I had a chance to catch up with him last night, right before he started to chow down on some supper after the game. All right, here with Treyton Scully. Treyton went the distance tonight, 7 innings. You struck out 6 guys, no walks, and only gave up 3 hits. Talk about how it felt tonight.
I had 2 pretty bad outings, the past 2 outings that I had. I need to work on control. In the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to hammer, staying low, and being in the zone. Got back to it today, and defense helped me out big time, too.
Seems like pitches were falling where you were set up with Carlson, everything falling in the zone pretty much on target.
Yeah, we worked pretty well back there today. Other than just a couple mistakes, I thought we were on the same page pretty much the whole entire game.
Came out in the second inning, you had a 6-run lead. That's always a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, anytime I can get run support and playing at Duncan, I know I have a pretty good chance to come out with a W.
How about the defense? There was one error, but I mean that didn't come back to cost you guys. It's always nice. You guys have been playing some really solid defense, and again, that's reassuring to know that if you do make a mistake, there's some guys out there to help clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, I just always tell them I'll get another one, and give another ground ball, turn 2 if they're on, it's just you just gotta keep staying in the game and play every pitch.
Season kind of winding down. How has it been for you as a Sodbuster this year? Have you had a good time?
Yeah, I've had a pretty good time. Guys are fun. I love playing baseball, so it's a pretty good mix.
Probably fun to have your buddy Manny on the team there for a while.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty fun. Now he's gone. He's back home. I'm glad for him. He's back at home. He hasn't been home in a while. So I hope he was watching tonight.
Okay, rumor has it you're kind of a silent assassin when it comes to pranks. Is that true?
I don't really do a lot of pranks, but I mean, I guess a couple of us mess with a couple guys,
Okay.
It's just get things rowdy.
All right.
Typical boy stuff of doing baseball.
Yeah, you got to have some fun, right? Yeah. His teammates are agreeing with you there.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right.
Treyton Scully on the show here on the pregame show. Josh Salmon with you. Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein will be back in here on the 3rd inning as we take a look at the forecast here in Hastings. A much different forecast than we've had here, at least in a week or so. And it's much cooler. 76 degrees is all. Kind of an overcast day. Lights are on here, and game hasn't even started yet. 7-mile-an-hour winds, and the heat index only 78. So a much, much better feel for the guys on the field when it's this temperature, and we're July 31st. We're one day away from August, and it's 76 degrees. It's Nebraska weather, right? That's the way it goes here. Let's take a look at your starting lineups here on the pregame show. All right, starting lineups are sponsored by Big Dally's Deli, 2 locations downtown and right across from Duncan Field. I had Big Dally's Deli yesterday, actually, or 2 days ago. Take that back. For supper, and always the good stuff. Jillian sandwiches in there. I don't know how many. I couldn't count that high. So Big Dally's Deli sponsoring your lineups tonight. Omar Jackson will be leading things off for the Sodbusters. He is in center field. Cole Dawson at second base, batting second. Trevor Madsen is at third base, batting third. Matt Hallback, the cleanup hitter, at first base, one of our pregame interviews. Luke Solis is the shortstop, batting fifth. Logan Johnstone is batting sixth and playing right field. Nick Carlson is back behind the dish again. He is batting seventh. Jacob Shaw is the DH once again tonight. Had a good game as the DH last night, batting eighth. And batting ninth is left fielder Jackson Rocha. Rocha in left field with JT Cafferty on the hill as manager Chandler Wagner juggling 3 baseballs out there, having a good time with the guys. And Trevor Matson timing him as he did it. So it's Jackson, Dawson, Matson, Hulbeck, Solis, Johnstone, Carlson, Shaw, and Rocha with JT Cafferty on the hill. Looking at the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, manager Robbie Laughlin sending this lineup out there. Nolan Lingley will lead things off once again today. He is at shortstop. Parker Stroh, saw him catch last night. Second base tonight, batting second. Jake Jelly, the right fielder, good hitter for them. He is batting third in right. Kobe Tweeten is the cleanup hitter and playing first base. Caleb McDowell in the left field, batting fifth. Jackson Sorensen at third base, batting sixth. Nolan Drill, the DH tonight, batting seventh. Keenan O'Brien is behind the dish. He is a catcher, batting eighth. And Houston Fogelstrom from Omaha is batting ninth in center field with pitcher as Gene Arboret is the pitcher. So it's Lingley, Stroh, Jelly, Tweeten, McDowell, Sorensen, Drill, O'Brien, Fogelstrom with Gene Arboret on the hill. We'll take a break, come back. We're about 12 minutes away from first pitch here on the Sodbuster pregame show. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Let's face it, nobody likes doing laundry. That's why Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning make it easy. You can drop off your laundry and they can do it for you. Comforters, dry cleaning, rugs, weekly laundry, extra large self-service washers and dryers available if you like doing it yourself. But who does? Plus, check out their tanning. 9 tanning beds and Versa Spray Tan. That's Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning, 928 West A Street, just off Burlington in Hastings. Burlington Village Laundry and Tanning, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Just visiting Hastings? Need a place to stay? How about the C3 Hotel and Convention Center? Connected, clean, comfortable. C3 Hotel and Convention Center. 2205 Osborne Drive East. Event and Convention Center. 101 rooms, free hot breakfast, life-size game area, 24-hour fitness center, indoor pool, whirlpool. C3 Hotel. Official hotel of the Hastings Sodbusters. Visit c3hotel.com. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Score big at Bullseye's every Tuesday's Big Burger Night. Wednesday's wings and draft beer specials. Thursday, roasted chicken buffet. Friday is prime rib and seafood buffet. Saturday, their world-famous prime rib and comfort food special. And every Sunday, chicken and breakfast brunch from 10 until 2. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. Dine-in or carry-out. 2017 West 2nd Street. Bullseye Sports Bar and Grill. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to the Hastings Sodbuster pregame show. Josh Salmon with you, voice of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Wrapping up the home season tomorrow here. Love to see you out here at 6:35 is first pitch tomorrow. Come on out against Wheat City. Interesting thing tonight. It's going to be a very cool thing. The Hastings Little League, all right, here from Hastings, headed to the regionals, okay? Nebraska, there's the best team in Nebraska, the Nebraska Little League champions, the Hastings Little League team. You've had Kearney go there a couple times to Indianapolis, Indiana, and that's where these guys are going. These little kids, Hastings Little League is the Nebraska Little League champion. I asked one of the coaches to come up, so we'll see if they come up and join us here during the broadcast. I'd like to talk to them. That's a really, really cool thing. All right, very cool. Hopefully, wish them the best of luck. Hoping they get all the way to the big show. The College World Series would be awesome, or the Little League World Series, would be awesome. But the regionals are in Indy, and they'll be heading there. So congratulations to them. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember playing all the years of Little League, and I was never on teams. I think 1 year we made the playoffs on a team out of 6 years I played. And that was about it. It was just, our division, our town playoffs. I never made anywhere past that. So this is a huge thing to be the best Little League team in the state. So congratulations to them. I hope the coach comes up and visits with me here a little bit later. Take a look at the scoreboard from yesterday. Is there some interesting games as we keep an eye on the standings here? Obviously for both leagues, because both these two teams, Wheat City's in a different league than Sodbusters are. But you look at the standings overall, it's kind of interesting. But first we'll talk about the standings in the second half. Find them here real quick on my, there we go. So Expedition League second half, we've been keeping an eye on the Clark Division. Spearfish has been playing really well. They won last night 11-4. And Fremont was trailing, but of course they came back after the fifth inning because our game was over by the time they were in the fifth, and they won that one 8-7. So they're both tied in the second half for first place in the Clark Division.
Spearfish 9-1 in the last 10. Fremont is 6-4, both with an 18-8 record. That's a .692 winning percentage. So interesting on that. Western Nebraska is in third place right now in the second half. They already won the first half, so they really have nothing to prove the second half because they can't play against themselves in the playoff. Anyways, they're 3.5 back with a 14-11 record. Then you look at Sioux Falls, and Sioux Falls yesterday, I don't think they played it. They never reported a score, so I have nothing on them. But they're 13-12, 4.5 back, 2-8 in their last 10. Hastings, of course, won last night 10-0. They go up to 12-15 in fourth place, technically. 6.5 back, 6-4 in their last 10. And then Pure Trappers, which Busters will see them next weekend. They are 2-8 in the last 10, 7-12 in their last, on the second half of the season. For Lewis Division, where Wheat City plays, they are in last place at 7-19. They are 10 games back here in the second half. They have a 1-9 in the last 10. Source Valley Saberdogs leading the Lewis Division. They're 17-9. They have a out of the last 10 games, they're 7-3. Mighty City Tommyknockers are 15-11 with 6-4 in their last 10 games. Badland Big Sticks are 14 wins and 12 losses, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Canyon County Spuds are 14-13, one game above 500, 8-2 in their last 10 games. And Casper Horseheads are 7-18 and 2-8 in their last 10 games. As the Little Leaguers tonight are running out on the field by position with the sodbuster of that position. So Omar's going out there with a Little Leaguer right now because he's leading off for the Busters. So then you'll have another kid running out with Cole Dawson. And Cole's racing him out there. Cole's beating him. He's he's not waiting up for him. He's like, come on, kid. Now they're out there standing good. That's awesome. So the Nebraska, the Hastings Little League is the Nebraska champion Little League team in the state. They're heading to Indianapolis to regionals. And so we're honoring them tonight, and hopefully the coach comes up and talks to us here a little bit later. Very, very cool deal to have them do that, and that's a neat experience for them. I wish them the best of luck and go all the way to the Little League World Series. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. Well, getting a start here for the Busters tonight is JT Cafferty. JT can do a little bit of everything. He pitches, he catches, first base, left field, right field, moves all over the place. He transferred college, so he'll be starting this season at Arkansas Tech. Best of luck to him out there, and he'll have Omar Jackson there and some of the other guys on this team that go to Arkansas Tech, play for Cole Dawson's dad. This year pitching, JT is 1-3, 6.42 ERA. He's pitched in 8 games. He started 5, 28 innings pitched. He struck out 21. He has walked 7 and has allowed 40 hits. So he batted last night, but tonight not batting. Jacob Shaw is DHing for him. So pitcher DHing for another pitcher, which is kind of interesting, but that's fun, right? That way you can just focus on pitching. I think it's cool that they do that. Last time he pitched was July 25th. Didn't get the decision in that game. Busters did win it 5-4 at Pioneers in Gering. He went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, all earned, 7 hits, a walk, a strikeout, 20 batters faced on that game. So you look at his outings, and all of his outings, he started off a couple short outings in May and beginning of June, but then he started getting into 6 innings and back to 3, 2, 2, 6, and 5 his last couple outings. So JT making his way out to the mound there. We're going to have our national anthem here in a little bit, which would be very cool as they're introducing some of the coaches and the pitcher of the Little League team. So now the Wheat City taking the field here as they're getting announced. Wheat City wearing all gray today with their dark blue hats, the gray bills, dark blue numbers, kind of like a Tampa Bay Rays visiting uniform is what it looks like. I like the numbering on the back, the font of the numbering. That's cool. Busters in their greens tonight with the white pants, green pinstripes. So we have somebody getting ready to throw out the first pitch here. Kid in the Cubs jersey. Hopefully he's not too disappointed after that trade deadline the other night. They pretty much blew that team up. I take you back to the Marlins of 1997, I think it was, when they won the World Series and then just completely blew up their team the next 2 years. So, yeah, that's a tough deal. I feel bad for Cubs fans. I know the Royals didn't do that. Royals didn't trade their guys, but they gave in the entire farm to win the World Series, and then they were bad for the last couple of years because they got rid of their whole minor league system, depleting it. But they got the ring, and they went to the World Series twice. So
that's the way it goes. Most of those guys were going to be free agents at the end of the year anyways, and the Cubs probably weren't going to offer them an arbitration, so it's a baseball move, but it's still sad for baseball fans nonetheless. I see Rizzo hit a home run for the Yankees yesterday. I wish the guy best of luck, but I can't cheer for Yankees. I'm sorry. Chris Bryant went to the Giants. I can't cheer for him either because that's a Padre divisional, but I do wish those guys the best anyways, except for when they're playing against San Diego. We'll have our national anthem coming up here right now. Steve Stein will introduce our singer. Trevor Mattson's brother's going to sing. All right, Tony Matson, Trevor's little brothers, doing the national anthem there to lead it off. That's pretty cool, right? I think that's the first time all year it's been somebody besides somebody from Nebraska. He's from Riverside, California, so that's a neat deal. Nice to have him do that. Josh Salmon with you, Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein will be joining us here in the third inning. Remember, 7 innings tonight, 7 innings tomorrow, as these teams just pitching is few and far between this time of year, and it's tough to have the arms, so they decided to do this series, including yesterday's game, 7 innings. And after 7 innings yesterday, the Busters were already leading, and they won 10-0 in that game. A 3-hitter thrown by Treyton Scully is a really, really good pitch game, and that was a fun one for Sodbuster fans. Not so fun if you're a Wheat City fan. They couldn't get the bats going there. They did leave 4 guys on base. Sodbusters left 6 on. Stolen bases, though. Omar Jackson had another 2. He's stolen 5 in 2 days. Jacob Shaw stole a base. A couple doubles yesterday. Nick Carlson had one. Cole Dawson had one. Matt Hallback had 2 triples yesterday. So a lot of positives there for the Hastings Sodbusters as they won that game yesterday, 10-0. Getting set for here, JT Cafferty, and he will be facing off against Nolan Lindley, Parker Stroh, and Jake Jelly. Appreciate you guys tuning in here on the broadcast, the YouTube, and the Mixler radio all season long. I enjoy meeting the viewers. I got to meet Trevor Matson and Tony Matson now. He's a celebrity, too. His dad and mom are here from Riverside for the series, and they watch the games all the time on YouTube, so it was cool meeting them. And, you know, they hear my voice, but they don't see me, so everybody kind of pictures what you look like. I did radio for 15 years, and same thing. People go, oh, I thought you'd be a little taller, or I thought you'd be a little older. So I'm not sure how to take those things, but I just go, oh, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, you know. It's a little different. It's like, okay, I don't know how to take that. I had somebody tell me that one time. I thought you'd be a little taller, and I'm like, what does that mean? I'm on the radio. What does it matter how tall I am? And I'm sitting in a chair right now, so it really doesn't matter. We'll keep an eye on some of the other games tonight as well. There's been a lot of interesting games in the Expedition League as the season has gone along, especially as of late, with a lot of people flipping in the standings and stuff, different games depending on other games. Hey, my buddy in the Padre hat's here. There was a kid here the other night for the Padre hat, and I talked to him after the game. He is here again. He's actually from Colorado. I never got his name, but giving him a shout-out. He's walking by here in a moment with his Padre hat on. There he is. Strike one here to Nolan Lindley, and we're on your way. Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, Hastings Sodbusters from Duncan Field. Strike one here to Lingley. Lingley in last night's game was 1 of 3. That pitch is outside, a ball and a strike. The Aurora High School Honor Choir's here, so I imagine they're going to sing at some point, probably the 7th inning, I'm guessing. Or maybe before, since we're not doing a 7th inning stretch, but 7-inning game. That one fouled off. JT Cafferty getting the start tonight, Hastings guy. Second year as a Sodbuster, been very valuable asset to this team. He's been healthy all year. So versatile. Catcher. Played first base, right field, left field. He's pitched a few times. I mean, wherever you need him, JT says, hey, put me in, you know. I'll do whatever needs done, coach. That's the kind of guys you like to have on the team, and there's a lot of them this year for the Hastings Sodbusters. 2-2 here to the leadoff hitter of Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. That one hit to right field, and tracking it down out there, making the catch, one up, one down, is Logan Johnstone. So Johnstone in right, then you have Omar Jackson in center, and Jackson Rocha in left. And I don't know if Johnstone's more comfortable in right. I know when I was an outfielder, I preferred right field, but I think I played better in left field. Center field I didn't play a whole lot, but I liked center field. They started putting me there as I got older and faster and stuff. So it brings up the second batter, which is Parker Stroh. We saw Stroh catch in last night's game. Takes first pitch up high for ball 1. He was 0 for 3 in the game. Stroh comes into this game batting .500. He hasn't been with the team very long, so. The 1-0 from JT Cafferty. Fastball popped up third base side, slices out of play. For the infield for the Sodbusters, third to first, you've got Matson, Solis, Dawson, and Hallback. But the catcher is Nick Carlson, JT Cafferty on the hill. So Matson can play first or third. We've seen him at third base both games of this series with Matt Hallback in there. At first base, they have Hallback listed as an outfielder, but he's pitched and he's played some right field. Swung on and missed on that one, changed a little bit of speed as it was 1 ball and 2 strikes to Parker Stroh. Stroh, a versatile guy. They do have him listed as a catcher, but starting at second base tonight. Goes to UMN Crookston College, wherever that is. I'm not sure where that is. Sophomore year for him. Here is the 1-2, and that one hits a second base. Cole Dawson scoops it up over to first, and there's 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down here for Wheat City, and it brings up Jake Jelly. Jelly been a very good hitter, .355 on the season for Jelly. Leads the team in batting average. Played in 45 games. This is game number 46. 172 at-bats, 36 RBIs, also leads in that category. His 24 walks leads in that category. 43 strikeouts. Doesn't lead in that category, but he's in the top 4. He does have 12 stolen bases as well, which is tied for second place on this team. Strike 1 there to Jake Jelly. It's spelled H-J-E-L-L-E, but pronounced Jelly. 61 hits for him, 14 doubles, 6 home runs and a triple in the season. So this is one of their better, probably their best hitter statistically up and down the lineup is Jake Jelly. Here's the 0-1, and that one a little low. Ball and a strike here. No score, top 1. Going 7 innings tonight, Hastings and Wheat City. These teams will meet up again next week after tomorrow, of course. Busters are off Monday, and then they travel to Wheat City, to Minot, North Dakota, where they're playing, to North Dakota is where they're playing anyways. And takes them on next week before wrapping up the series in Pierre. So we have a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Coming up, 2 outs, top of the first, swung on and missed. Down he goes. And 1-2-3 retiring the side is JT Cafferty with his first strikeout of the night. Victim, Jake Jelly. That's a good out there. Busters and Wheat City, no score here at the end of a half inning. It is 0-0. Now we'll take a message from Johnson Imperial and be right back for the bottom of the first.
Johnson Imperial of Hastings and Kearney has been a quality builder and developer since 1918. They have your office and retail space solution. Over 300,000 square feet of premier space. On-site management and maintenance. Great locations and abundant pricing. Spaces designed and built to suit. And flexible leasing options available. Johnson Imperial also features general contracting services. Check out all they have to offer. JohnsonImperial.com. Johnson Imperial in Hastings and Kearney. That's JohnsonImperial.com. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Cafferty made light work of Wheat City in the first inning, getting a flyout, a ground out, and a strikeout for the first three batters. Busters will come up here in the bottom of the first with no score. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller running my TV cameras to the right. It'll be Gene Aberwett on the hill for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Aberwett is 4-2 with a 4.73 ERA. This is his 12th game, his 9th start tonight. 45 and 2/3 innings pitched, 42 strikeouts, 36 walks, and 47 hits. He just pitched not too long ago, about 5 days ago, against the Sabre Dogs. The team lost. He did not get any decision on that game. Went 5 innings, gave up 8 earned runs, and 11 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 30 batters faced. He'll face Omar Jackson, Cole Dawson, and Trevor Madsen. Aberwett a lefty. Couple lefties in the batting order here for the Busters. Aberwett stands on first base side, comes set. Omar shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. I was talking to a couple of the Hastings guys on the team here about Omar, and boy, they're really impressed with how good a player he is and how fast, how much range he has in the outfield, considering he was an infielder before he came to Hastings. That one inside, it's a ball and a strike. No score, bottom of the first. We're going 7 innings tonight, 7 innings tomorrow. Tomorrow, the last home game of the year for the Hastings Sodbusters. Great crowd here tonight. Love to see you out here tomorrow as well. Here's the 1-1. Weather much better tonight than it was last night. It's an overcast day, almost a little foggy, really. Lights were on already. Omar falls that one off. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Omar Jackson, Cole Dawson, Trevor Madsen, if somebody should reach Matt Hallback. Here's Aberwett's pitch, hit to first base, scooped up by Tweeten, taking himself, and 1 down. Tweeten runs to the bag, Aberwett running over there. Tweeten, a much bigger person. Aberwett luckily slammed on the brakes because you don't want to run into that brick wall. That's a big dude at first base. 1 up, 1 down here for the Busters. Omar says something to Cole about the pitcher. Cole does the same thing to his batters after him, too. What he's throwing or some little hint. So Cole Dawson, 2 hits in last night's game. Good to see him get a couple hits again. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 3 at-bats for him, 332 batting average as of this moment. It takes the first pitch low as it bounces in there. Catcher grabs it. 1 ball, no strikes. Duncan Field, 76 degrees at game time. Aberwett, pitch. And that one misses as well. It's 2-0. Cole Dawson has 21 RBIs in the season. He's 67 of 202. Been a great player for this team. Plays some third base, mostly short and second, but extremely talented guy. And the guys from Hastings were talking about him, too. That one looped to center, to right field. Second baseman went backpedaling. He couldn't get it. Right fielder runs in and grabs it. So hitter aboard here for the Busters is just a little lazy looper to right field, and batters will be like, I didn't get all of it. But, hey, it's a hit and you're on. Speed on the base path with Cole Dawson. Cole will run occasionally. He does have 12 stolen bases, tied for second on the team with this guy right here, Trevor Madsen. Omar leads the team with 22. Madsen yesterday went 0 for 3, but he did get an RBI. Strikeout in the game. His family is here for the weekend to watch him play. His brother sang the national anthem. Tony, good job. 1-0. 1 out here, bottom 1. No score. Cole Dawson standing on first. Aberwett, the lefty, looking at him. And pitch up high and outside. It is 2-0 from Aberwett. Gene Aberwett from Cooperopolis, California. I'm not sure where that is. And then Skyline College. I've heard of that. Swing and a miss there by Trevor Matson. Tomorrow I will talk to the 2 Hastings College players who were on the team. Just joined the other day. You have Cam Brickachek, and then you also have Blake Tyrell. I pitch inside. 3 balls and a strike. Omar led off the inning. He grounded out to first. Cole Dawson got a single to right field a moment ago. 3-1 here to Trevor Matson. 1 out. First inning. That one a shot to the power alley right towards the 405 sign. It's going back, and that thing hits off the wall. Probably 400 feet on that thing. And coming all the way around is Cole Dawson. He will easily score standing up. What a shot. Trevor Matson's fired up. Second base. That thing didn't go out from it was about 8 feet from getting out of here. 405. If he would have pulled it down the line, it would have been out of here. Probably it's 405 to the power. I probably went 400 on that one. That was a big shot. Stand-up double for Trevor Matson with the RBI. He clobbered that. I thought maybe it had the distance when he hit it. He does have the only home run here this year in this league. It was a Hastings College player that hit one this season as well, but only 2 home runs. There's so few and far between here at Duncan Field. They actually have a list. So now comes up Matt Hallback. Great day for him yesterday. 3 of 4. 2 doubles, or 2 triples yesterday, 2 RBIs, single, a run scored. He's been playing very, very well. Really finding his groove. The 0-1 to him. That one hit to right center field. Center fielder Fogelstrom chases it down. Matson tags up at second, and he will round third, but hold up as the cutoff man gets it in quickly. It wasn't a great throw from Fogelstrom, but good enough to hold the runner at third. So now there's 2 outs on the fly ball. Fogelstrom really tracked that down. It was hit pretty well as well. Not as good as Trevor's, but close. So 2 outs here for Luke Solis. Matt Hallback was saying his 2 buddies on the team, of course, Logan Johnstone, they grew up together, and Luke Solis, him have kind of become friends. Down to the looper in the center field. That'll get the run in and a single. Busters with the 3rd hit of the inning. Coming with 2 outs, 2-0. Guys in green. Just took the pitch. First pitch he saw and just smacked it right into center field. This little looper. Again, you don't have to do too much with it. Just smack it in the outfield. I know it sounds easier than it is. Logan Johnstone comes up. Johnstone 1 of 3 yesterday in the game. They did bring in Jackson Rocha to pinch hit later in the game just to give him that bat because they were so far ahead. 1-0 here. 3 hits, 2 runs for the Busters in the first. Abowet's pitch down the middle. Pretty good movement on that one. Ball and a strike. So hits from Cole Dawson, Trevor Matson. RBIs from those guys. And Solis has an RBI and Matson has an RBI. Cole Dawson scored the run. Throw to first, runner back. Single, double, single. Solis leads off of first, being held on. Pitch is outside. Nice stop there by the catcher O'Brien to keep it in front of him. Solis runs pretty well over there. He will stay at first base. 2 balls and a strike to Logan Johnstone. If he gets on, Nick Carlson from Kearney is due up next. Lefty versus lefty here. Johnstone, this is another kid that's got extreme amount of talent and a really bright future ahead of him as that ball breaks at the last minute over the outside corner for strike 2. Going to be playing at Gonzaga next year. Straight out of high school. That's a good deal. So this summer league to him was a way to get used to pitching, and he is doing a good job in this league. Logan Johnstone batting .256 with limited time. He hasn't played a whole season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 Hastings, bottom 1. Solis leads off of first. Abowet, the lefty, comes set against Johnstone. Ooh, that one upstairs. Has him buckling out of the way. And it goes to 3-2 here. So nice at bat for Logan Johnstone. Johnstone, the 6th batter of the inning, rolling the first. Here is the payoff pitch. Runner goes. That one fouled straight back. So Solis doing some calisthenics. So he'll go back to first base. Great crowd on hand here for your Saturday night baseball. I'd love to see you guys out here tomorrow because we can't see you out here after that. It's the last home game of the year. Busters will hit the road on Tuesday, wrap up the season at Wheat City and then Pure. 3-2 again for Pure, I should say. Swung on and missed there by Logan Johnstone, and the side is retired. Busters leave 1 on. They have 3 hits, 2 runs, 2-0 Sodbusters at the end of one. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
Sam's Club, a proud partner of Sodbuster Baseball. When you're not heading to Duncan Field to watch the Sodbusters, head on over to Laughlin Country Club. The best view in Hastings. Their 2-story window overlooks the pristine course, their upscale clubhouse, and their kitchen crafts delicious dining menus. Behind the scenes is an entire full-service team led by their banquet manager who's working to make sure your event is executed flawlessly. Laughlin Country Club, 402-462-4151.
Hitting there for the Sodbusters in the bottom of the first. 3 runs, 2 hits, lead 1 on base. They left 6 on yesterday, but they won the game 10-0. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller running the TV cameras to my right if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on the Mixler Radio, shout out to you guys. I know that Manny Herrera's family has been listening on the feed all year long, and a lot of the other parents are watching on the YouTube feed, so shout out to you guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. And one more game. We'll hang out tomorrow, and then the Busters go on the road to wrap up the season. I wish I could go with them. That would be fun, but I'm not doing that this year. Maybe next year. I'd like to go on a couple road games next year. And management told me I could this year, and ownership told me I could. With my other job, I just didn't work out in the schedule, so we'll see what happens. Coming up here is going to be Kobe Tweeter, McDowell, and Sorensen. Kobe Tweeter, the first baseman, steps in the box against J.T. Cafferty. Cafferty went 1-2-3 right through Wheat City in the first inning. Pitch coming into Tweeter, and that one's inside. And, they say it hit him. We didn't have a hit batsman yesterday in the game on either side. And first batter here in the second inning. And that's like a mosquito bite to that guy. He's huge. Shouldn't make any difference to that guy, but it hit batsman nonetheless. Maybe it just grazed he's looking at his arm. I think the other umpire at first base is something similar to what I said. Tweeton is a big dude. Kobe Tweeton is 6'6", 270. That's a lot of beef over there at first base. Caleb McDowell comes up. He is the DH. So 1 on here in the second inning. High chopper over Trevor Matson's head. Trevor was playing in, and he misjudged the ball, and so it got off his glove and went to left field. Jackson Rocha brings it in, and quickly there's 2 on here for the Busters and 2 pitches. Matson was playing a little bit in. Now he scoots back, smile on his face at third base, probably looking at Jack Lombardi, him and Jack were working over some stuff the other day at third base. Because Lombardi probably a little more familiar at third base than Trevor Matson is. Trevor does an outstanding job at first. Not that he's bad at third, but Lombardi plays a little bit more over there. Jackson Sorensen comes in. Sorensen in last night's game was 0 for 3. Only 3 hits in the game for Wheat City last night. 2 on here. And that one hit down the third base line. 3 guys giving it chase, making the catches. Luke Solis. 2 of those 3 guys lost their hats. Lids flying everywhere, but they got the out. So pop out to shortstop, and there's 1 down here in inning number 2. Busters able to put 2 runs together in the first on 3 hits. And that brings up Nolan Drill. Drill getting the start tonight. Drill is the DH. Sorensen was at third base. One ball, no strikes to Nolan Drill. Drill in last night's game had 1 of the 3 hits. He was 1 of 2. 229 coming into this game. Nolan Drill's kind of a cool name, isn't it? They have him listed as an outfielder. He's from Upper Iowa University, where he goes to school. He's from Cortland, Minnesota. Pitch is low, 2-0 here. So Kobe Tweeton got hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. Caleb McDowell singled into left field. Jackson Sorensen popped out to shortstop a moment ago. 2 balls and no strikes, 1 out, 2-0 Hastings. Top of the second. That one just misses outside, and JT wanted that call. He's not getting it. Did look a little outside to me. 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes as the grill is flaming over there to my right on the concession stand. The smoke comes off. Also the food truck outside here at Duncan Field. If it's the taco guy. 3-1 to Nolan Drill. Wheat City went 1-2-3 in the first inning. Keep an eye on some of the other games tonight as well. Some of those just getting underway. Remember, we're playing 7 innings. This is inning number 2. The other one's just kind of getting started right now. That one outside, and that will load the bases on the walk. So JT Cafferty having a tough time with the strike zone here. Maybe not getting a couple calls that would help him out, but first walk of the game given up by JT Cafferty in his second inning. So now bases loaded for Keenan O'Brien. We didn't see him in last night's game. O'Brien from Broomfield, Colorado. And getting started the catcher tonight. O'Brien batting .228 on the season. Right-hand batter. First pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. Busters lead it 2-0. Top 2. Bases loaded here. A hit batsman, a single, and a walk. From third to first, you have Tweeten, McDowell, and Drill on base for the Whiskey Jacks. Fouled off over by the entrance gate. Look out if you're just coming in. 0-2 here to Keenan O'Brien. Houston Fogelstrom due up next. JT Cafferty gets a sign from Nick Carlson. And the pitch on the way. Swung and missed, got him. The heater, straight cheese, right past him. That's his second strikeout. 2 down for Wheat City here in the second. Nice pitch. Put a little extra mustard on that thing. That was coming in there. So, bases loaded here for the 9th place hitter, Houston Fogelstrom from Omaha. Goes to Northeast Community College. Fogelstrom moved down in the order tonight. He was batting 7th last night, batting 9th. Takes pitch outside. Back in center field, though, as he was yesterday. But it'd be nice for JT to get out of this, leave him bases loaded. 4 runners left on base last night for Wheat City. Here'd be 3 of them right here if they could do it right here. That one fouled off first base side. Look out over by the concession stand. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Tweeten stands on third. He was hit by a pitch. McDowell stands on second. He singled, and Nolan Drill was walked. He stands on first base. The 1-1 offering coming up from JT Cafferty. That one outside. And it goes 2-1 here to Houston Fogelstrom. Fogelstrom, my favorite name on the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. There's a lot of cool names, but I like Houston Fogelstrom. When I was a kid, it had to be really hard to learn how to write him, sure. It's a ton of letters, but a cool name. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded, 2-0. Hastings, top of the second, fouled back. Strike 2, just getting a piece of that thing, just barely nicking it, was Fogelstrom. Crowd getting fired up here. Busters leading 2-0. He went 10-0 yesterday on a 3-hitter pitched. No walks in yesterday's game by Treyton Scully. Second time he has shut out Wheat City this season. Here is the 2-2, and that one popped up. This should end the inning. JT tracking it down himself. He says, mine, I got it, and he does make the catch. Gets him to pop out to the pitcher, so nice job there. They had a hit and 3 left on base, no runs there for Wheat City. And at the end of 1.5, it's still 2-0 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field, and we'll hear now from Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning.
Summer means Sodbusters baseball and hot weather, so make sure you stay cool with Ruts.
Alright, got out of it.
Ruts Heating and AC is your #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska. For over 45 years, Ruts has been a name to trust for repairs, installation, and maintenance work on time. Call Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning today to discuss your HVAC needs, free estimates, and the guarantee of their work. Whenever your heating or AC needs, trust Ruts. Visit rutsheating.com.
Odyssey. Casual, modern, and innovative cuisine, drinks, and service in the heart of downtown Hastings. The website is odysseydowntown.com. Call for reservations 402-834-3811. Odyssey. Reservations are required for lunch and dinner. Carryout orders taken on the day of carryout only. 834-3811. A sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Well, JT Cafferty got in a little bit of a situation, but left them loaded as Wheat City left 3 on base in the second inning. Busters still lead 2-0. Chance for them to pad that lead here in the bottom of the second. I'm Josh Salmon, voice of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Nate Miller running our TV cameras to my right. Steve Stein will be in here for the third inning. And I got some Aurora Knights here from Aurora, Nebraska that I will say hi to that don't even know I'm up here. One guy was walking by, a friend of mine, for a long, long time. And his kid's singing in the choir a little bit later. They're going to sing. Anyways, I texted him. I said, turn around. I see you. So it's kind of interesting. Nick Carlson leads things off here. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Busters. Ball 1 to Carlson. A good inning back in the bottom of the first for the Hastings Sodbusters with 3 hits. Able to turn that into 2 runs. They did leave a runner on against Gene Aberwet. And that one looks like Aberwet he was trying to aim it too much. And sometimes that gets to be a thing with pitchers is they try to aim it instead of just throw it. So 2-0 here. He's gone 2-0 to a lot of batters in this game, and that one in there for a strike. I'd say this is the third or fourth batter he's went 2-0 for before throwing a strike or them getting a hit or something. Busters 2 runs on 3 hits, as I mentioned. That one in there had a nice break on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Carlson. Carlson had that big double down the third base line yesterday. That thing was a beauty. Pitch on the way here from Aberwet. He doesn't waste time. Ooh, that one hits Nick in the leg. He doesn't even move. He's a catcher. He's like... So 2 hit batsmen in the game, 1 for each team. We didn't have any in yesterday's game for either team. So Carlson on base, and it brings up Jacob Shaw. Shaw listed as a pitcher, but a very talented guy. 3 RBIs yesterday. Had 1 hit, a run, stole a base, and popped up. And giving it chase is Tweeten, and Tweeten bounces off the top of the dugout as Tweeten goes in the dugout. It's tough over there at first because, like I said, it slants down towards that dugout, and that's what the water drains when it rains. And so if you're not used to that, it's really hard to get your footing over there, and then you just have a concrete dugout and a concrete wall. So it's a tough thing here, and it's the same thing over on third base, except for it doesn't have the slant as bad. Nick Carlson on first, 0-1 count here to Jacob Shaw, the DH in the game. Shaw hits one. Now we're right back up the middle. Aberwet almost tried to grab it behind his back. Look what I can do, but he didn't get a hand on it. And Jacob Shaw's on with another hit. So 2 hits in 2 days for him. And Jacob, it's kind of funny with as a pitcher, he always begs, hey, let me hit. And they've been putting him in. He does a great job all season long for hitting for him. I mean, coming into that at bat, Jacob Shaw, as a pitcher, and keep in mind he's been limited batting, but 357. You know, they used him as a DH and outfielder and a couple different things this time. So Jackson Rocha comes up now. Rocha batting in the 9th hole, and shows bunt, takes the pitch back in as it almost hits him on the slider. 1 ball, no strikes. So 1-0. 1 ball, no strike. It's like old home week for me here. I just saw a guy I went to high school with. It's crazy. Runner on here. Busters lead 2-0. Two runners on, excuse me. Hit batsman and a single, and that pitch is a dead ball. As the catcher takes that one in the most uncomfortable area. So umpire will walk out to the plate there, or walk out to the pitcher's mound to take a look at some of the other scores going on in the Expedition League as O'Brien gets his composure and his breath back. It's tough to be a catcher. There's no way I would do it. Pierre's at Fremont tonight. Western Nebraska and is hosting Canyon County. They're just getting underway. Mining City is hosting Badland Big Sticks. Casper Horseheads hosting Sioux Falls, and Spearfish hosting Soros Valley. Right now we're the only game going besides Western Nebraska and Canyon County. They're just getting underway. So Brian finally stands up now, and that one a tough foul ball. It's 1-1 here to Jackson Rocha. Busters 3 hits in the first inning, one from Dawson, Matson, and Solis. Here in the second inning, you have Nick Carlson standing on second base. He was hitting the left leg. He moved over to second on Jacob Shaw's single, right back up the middle, which Aberwet came about 4 or 5 inches from grabbing the pitcher himself, but would have to go behind his back. Catcher's okay, and he's back down there. Boy, those guys are tough. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jackson Rocha. Infield in on the corners. Second baseman in as well. Shortstop back a little bit. That one way upstairs. As Aberwet didn't have a good grip on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 2-0 Hastings with the lead here. Buster's been playing very well as of late. Took 3 of 4 from Fremont. That one hit the third across the diamond. It's an out, but he gets the runners moved over. So ground out to third base is always worth a little applause from the crowd, or as you get the runners moved over. It is back to the top of the order with Omar Jackson up here. Omar flew out there, ground out to first base his first time up. Boy, I'd love to see him hit something in a power alley and just wheel around here. Guy looks like a deer running. Just crazy fast. Carlson stands on third base. Jacob Shaw stands on second base. Ooh, and they hit him too. 2-hit batsman in the game here. Not going to make friends that way. And of course he didn't do it on purpose. So Aberwet upset with himself, and he should be. The catcher, O'Brien, making his way up there to talk. Now you got bases loaded for a couple of the best hitters on the Sodbusters. Cole Dawson, Trevor Matson, and Matt Hallbeck coming up next. And that's what they're talking about here. O'Brien's like, all right, you're getting right into the beef of this order. So bases loaded, similar to what happened last inning for Wheat City. Wheat City had a hit batsman, a single, an out, 2 walks, a strikeout, and a pop-out. This inning, it's hit batsman, single, a ground out, hit batsman for Hastings. So Cole Dawson up here, he singled back in the first, came around to score the first run of the game. That went outside. And Aberwet having a hard time with the strike zone here. It was really hard, but he's all over the place. 1 ball, no strike. 1 out. Base is loaded for Hastings here. Bottom 2, they lead 2-0. That pitch just missed. Didn't look too bad up here. 2-0. To Cole Dawson. Trevor Matson licking his chops. He's due up next. He's ready with bases loaded. Corners in again for Wheat City. That one hit to short. This could be 2. Over to second and back to first. Do they get him? And they do. Get the double play, and they leave the bases loaded. That's exactly the pitch Aberwet needed, and I'm not sure what his catcher said to him, but they got what they needed. Busters ground into the double play and get out of the inning. They do leave a runner on base, however. And at the end of 2, it is 2-0. Steve will have you in the 3rd inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. We'll take a word now from Eldon's Automotive.
Oh, yeah, so, Mr. Johnson, we took a look at your car, and turns out you got a broken rotator splint. You want us to fix it or what?
When your car needs repaired, don't take it to that guy. Take it to Eldon's Automotive Repair. Old school service with new school technology. 701 East South Street in Hastings. So anytime your doohickey, thingamajig, or whatchamacallit breaks off, take it to Eldon's Automotive Repair. Eldon'sAutomotiveRepair.com. Remember, don't go to that other guy.
Come on, I ain't got all day. I'm busy, you know.
A reminder from the Nebraska Lottery. Nebraska Pick 5 has draws 7 days a week, with jackpots still starting at $50,000. So play Nebraska Pick 5 today, or you might miss your chance to win big.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Busters had a chance to add some more there, but grounded in the double play and left the runner on base there. Steve Stein is in here. He'll have you on your 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings.
Thank you very much. As the Sodbusters with the 2-0 lead, Wheat City going to have the top of its order coming up here in inning number 3. As darn good pitching early on here for Hastings. J.T. Cafferty worked out of a big jam in the second to keep Wheat City scoreless. And a good job for Gene Aberwet, as he was able to wiggle off the hook. He's already thrown 38 pitches, however, through the first 2 innings. They've scored a couple off of him, but getting that big 6-4-3 twin killing to help his cause, as the Sodbusters do have 2 runs on 4 hits so far in the game, and they've also left 4 through the first 2 innings.
Here comes Wheat City and Nolan Lingley. He lined out to right field his first time up. Again, the visiting half of the third inning on a hazy evening here in Hastings. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of the wildfires, and it's kind of a stark reminder as we have the wildfire smoke, which is now in Nebraska. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded sharply toward the left side, but Luke Solis has got it. Long throw in time. He has been rock solid since joining the team. One pitch, one out here for J.T. Cafferty. And Solis does it again from the left side of the infield. That'll bring up Parker Stroh, second baseman. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Went 0 for 3 yesterday as Wheat City was shackled on just 3 hits. Heck of an effort for Treyton Scully, who picked up a complete game victory, 7 innings. It's another 7-inning game today here for these two teams, Hastings Sodbusters and the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Pitch is taken low and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes as we bring you coverage today of the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings looking to win the series today, and if they win that, they'll have a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow in the final home game of the regular season. And then it'll be off to North Dakota to play Wheat City. Tuesday, Wednesday, or a 3-game series. Pitch is line to center field. Right there is Omar Jackson. And quickly 2 up and 2 down. Ground out and line out. And Jake Jelly will come to the plate. Jelly struck out his first time up to end the first. So J.T. Cafferty trying for his second 1-2-3 inning of the ball game already. Set him down in order in the first and trying to set those same 3 batters down here in the third. It was the bottom of the order which mounted a threat. Pitch taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Jake Jelly. Went 1 for 3 yesterday. One of the 3 hits amassed by this Wheat City squad. They're in their grays today with navy numbers. Hastings with the green jerseys. White numbers as Jelly steps out and will reset here. 7-inning game. Top half of the third. Sodbusters scored 2 in the bottom half of the first. Had a great chance to add more, but a double play ended a bases-loaded threat. 1-0 delivery. Across for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on J.T. Cafferty. On Jake Jelly from J.T. Cafferty, who had 29 pitches thrown through the first couple of innings. Allowing no runs on 1 hit. He did walk 1 and hit 1 in that threat in the second. Pitch is low into the dirt. Count 2-1 on Jake Jelly. Now J.T. able to wiggle out of a big jam in the second inning. So he was able to strike out the number 8 hitter and get the number 9 hitter to pop up. J.T. shakes off a couple of signs, and the Hastings product brings it home. Just missing 3 balls at a strike. Kept waiting for that right hand to go up for Paul Setacase. Home plate umpire Craig Roop working the field here today in this Expedition League encounter. 3-1 pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. It's now 3-2 on Jake Jelly with Kobe Tweeten waiting on deck. 2-0 Sodbusters. 2 runs, 4 hits for Hastings. No runs, 1 hit for Wheat City. Visiting half of inning number 3. A 7-inning game today and tomorrow. As these two teams a little bit short on pitching, so they have agreed and the league has concurred. This pitch is outside for a ball, so Jake Jelly aboard. It's the second walk of the game. And Kobe Tweeten will get a chance to continue the inning. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. 38 pitches thrown so far for J.T. Cafferty, an ERA of 6.43. 28 innings pitched coming into today. 21 strikeouts. Pitches taken just inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Kobe Tweeten. So 1 on, 2 outs. A ground out and a fly out to begin this inning, but now a walk and the throw over to first. Soft toss over and back easily is Jake Jelly. Kobe Tweeten 0 for 3 yesterday as the Sodbusters won that game by a score of 10-0. Took a 9-0 lead after 3, and that was plenty for Treyton Scully. Another throw over.
Little quicker move, but Jelly still no problem getting back. Kobe Tweeten at the plate now. He's from Bethune-Cookman. Grand Forks, North Dakota is his hometown, and that's where Wheat City is playing this year. They'll go back to Canada next year, we hope. Grand Forks will have its own team. Bouncing ball to the left side. It's going to be fielded by the third baseman. Matson goes the short way to second to get the force on Jelly. 5-4 on the putout. Tweeten a fielder's choice grounder to end the third inning. Sodbusters continue to lead it. No runs, no hits, one man left, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Sodbusters lead it by a score of 2-0. Now this from the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
The perfect place to start your Hastings experience. A place where you'll meet artists, shopkeepers, and storytellers while you stroll through downtown shops, beautiful parks, and historic housing districts. Whether you're a traveler, meeting planner, or a new resident, the Adams County Visitors Bureau is excited to help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Get details at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to the bottom half. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. The Sodbusters, they are leading it by a score of 2-0 as Hastings will send its 3, 4, and 5 hitters up there. Hastings, 2 runs on 4 hits. Meanwhile, Wheat City with no runs on 1 hit. Gene Aberwett working through that second inning, getting out of a bases-loaded 1-out situation with a big double play on one of the better hitters for the Sodbusters, Cole Dawson. Now Trevor Matson will begin this inning for Hastings as the pitch is low and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Trevor Matson, who crushed a double to the left center field gap, which probably would have been a home run at about any other park in the nation, but 405 to the alleys here, and it didn't even reach the wall on the fly. Pitch is taken, or I should say swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trevor Matson. His family in town, his brother did the national anthem today. Heck of a job for him. As the pitch is taken inside, 2 balls and 1 strike now on Trevor Matson. Matson, a graduate of Arcadia University in Pennsylvania, going to be taking a next step to Division I baseball. Gardner Webb as a grad transfer. Pitch is taken for a ball, 3 balls and a strike on Trevor Matson, who a very patient hitter, as he has walked 37 times this year, and now he's walked 38 times, as he will head down to first base. He's also been hit 11 times, one of the top marks in the league. So a leadoff walk to begin the third, and here comes Matt Hallback, who continues to swing a pretty hot bat. He flew out to center field on a fine play out there from Houston Fogelstrom. Had to run into the right center field gap to chase it down. 1 on, nobody out. Sodbusters have their leadoff man aboard for the second time in 3 innings. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Matt Hallback, who took over the team lead in triples with 2 triples in the game. Nobody had had more than 1 this year. Hallback had 2 triples yesterday. Pitch is taken just a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes as Matt went 3 for 4, 2 triples, 2 RBIs, and a run scored, and he has moved to the top of the batting average among the regulars this year as the pitch is inside. 4 ball, 3 balls and no strikes. His torrid streak puts him at 333 heading into today. Cole Dawson at 332, with Trevor Matson 309. Of course, right there, Jacob Shaw doesn't give it a whole lot of playing time, but he was at 333 coming into today as well. Pitch across for strike, 3-1 the count on Matt Hallback for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-1 delivery on the way. Hallback swings and pops this one high in the air down the left field line, and that will reach the foul territory, unhindered, now 3-2 on Holbach. Great crowd on hand, one of the biggest of the season here at Duncan Field. 3-2 the count now, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, Holbach went over the top of that with a good pitch from Gene Aberwett to get out a pretty good hitter. So Holbach goes down on strikes here after a pretty good battle and was ahead in the count 3-0, but couldn't make it stick. And here is Luke Solis. Solis an RBI single his last time up, and he takes inside for ball one, 1 ball and no strikes. So Holbach couldn't move Matson on. Matson remains at first with the leadoff walk. Aberwett looks that way, and now the pitch is swung on and missed. Over the top of that one was Solis, as Aberwett really solid with his off speed, has had the Busters confused and way off balance at times today. 1-1 delivery on the way, and this one swung on and missed. 1-2 now on Luke Solis, as Aberwett, 6'2", 185-pounder, a lefter from Skyline College, San Bruno, California, his hometown. And the pitch is fouled down the third base line. It's still 1 ball and 2 strikes on Luke Solis, and it'll be interesting to see. We'll have to keep an eye out. Aberwett pitched both left and right-handed against Hastings in the same game. So he is ambidextrous. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he will relieve himself, so to speak, that he would actually pitch an inning with the other hand. Pitch popped up into short center field, fading back, making the catch is the shortstop, Nolan Lingley, and there are 2 outs. So leadoff walk, not paying off so far, strikeout and a pop-up since then, and right now, I think Aberwett's really got it cooking with the left hand. I don't think would see him going to the right hand anytime soon, because he's been very effective this way for the most part. And here's Logan Johnstone. However, the Sodbusters do lead it 2-0. Pitch is grounded back up the middle, and that is into center field for a base hit. Matson hits second base. He's going to head for third, and the Sodbusters will have runners at the corners with 2 men out on a solid single from Logan Johnstone. So a walk and a single this inning, and the Sodbusters trying to mount a 2-out rally. They'll try to get a big hit from Nick Carlson, the catcher, who stands in there for the Hastings Sodbusters. 2-0 a score, 2 runs, 5 hits now for Hastings. No runs, 1 hit so far for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, 3rd inning of a scheduled 7-inning game. Carlson stands in the right-handed box for the Sodbusters. And the pitch is outside and low, 1 ball and no strikes on Nick Carlson. Carlson getting his opportunity behind the plate, has really been swinging a hot bat as of late. Stands in the right-handed box, and the 1-0 delivery is high and outside, 2-0 now to Nick Carlson. Carlson's batting average 200 for the season, has a couple of doubles, including one yesterday, as Nick went 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored and takes this pitch for a strike, 2-1 the count. Overall, Carlson 2 for 6 against Wheat City this season, as the 2 teams played a 3-game series back in June, won by the Whiskey Jacks 2-1. Big swing, no contact, way out in front of that one. 2-2 now on Nick Carlson with 2 on and 2 outs. Leadoff walk, a 2-out single, sandwiched around a strikeout and a pop-up. Matson runs at third, and the pitch is in the dirt. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Nick Carlson. Runners at the corners, as Nick trying to bring home at least 1 right here. See if they turn Johnstone loose. Well, they will. He'll be running at first. He goes, and the pitch is taken for a ball. 3-2 and 2 outs, so Johnstone taking off. And the Sodbusters get the walk from Carlson. They've loaded the bases now against Aberwett. And Jacob Shaw is at the plate, and he continues to swing it very well. Had a single his first time up and advanced on to second base. Shaw 1 for 2, 3 RBIs and a run scored yesterday, and he has torn this team up in his limited opportunities. He is now 4 for 8 against Wheat City. He played 1 game of the 3-game series first time out, went 3 for 4 in that contest. Takes ball 1 here. Big RBI chance for Shaw, batting in the 8th spot, the designated hitter for the Hastings Sodbusters. say limited at bats, but he does well when he gets a chance to bat. This 11th game in the field. Pops this one high in the air to short left field. Shortstop fading back and makes the play, and the Sodbusters are turned away as Nolan Lingley is able to retire Jacob Shaw. So the Sodbusters do not score. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left, as we will head to inning number 4, and the Sodbusters continue to lead it by a score of 2-0.
Hey, you. Your ad here. It's Josh Salmon of Salmon Says Media. Imagine turning on the radio or TV and hearing or seeing your business being advertised. Salmon Says Media offers voiceovers, full audio production, on-hold messaging for your phone, and more. Nearly 2 decades of experience. Salmon Says Media also offers radio imaging and podcast production. See us on Facebook. Salmon Says Media, the official media partner of the Hastings Sodbusters. For the best in promotional videos, custom designs, photography, websites, and more, it's Provident Promotions. You've got the business. Now make it stand out with Provident Promotions. Provident Promotions can help you design your logo, website, custom make your promotional video, and shoot just the right photo for your company or business needs to be seen everywhere. And they even offer email marketing services and social media management. Let them help you from start to finish. 111 North Burlington Avenue, Suite 110 in Hastings. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball today as Hastings and Weed City. It is a 2-0 lead as we will head to the 4th inning. Weed City going to be batting McDowell, Sorensen, and Drill, and we are joined by Scott Galusha. Good to have you alongside as what a great crowd here as you're trying to pack the house, and it's pretty packed.
You know, it makes we do a lot of work, and a lot of that work doesn't get noticed. Sometimes people think we go to Duncan and roll out a baseball and we're ready to go, and boy, we work hard on this, and it's so fun when we see this sort of support that we get. It just gives you just so much warm feelings for not only this weekend, but moving forward as we start looking at 2022 already.
Hard to believe that we are in the final 2 games of the home schedule here at Duncan Field, and I know there's continuing analysis of things you've done well and things you're still working on, and maybe give you a chance to think about that over the next day and maybe answer those questions tomorrow in terms of maybe some things you'll look to improve on for next year. Or maybe those meetings will happen after the season's over.
We've had a lot of those already, so we have a hit list already, and if I don't know the answer, I'll find it and I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Pitch is taken high for a ball. Caleb McDowell, Jackson Sorensen, Nolan Drill. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters up there for Wheat City. Sodbusters on top 2-0. As we'll hear more from the general manager during this. Talk a little baseball here as the pitch is fouled away 1-1. 2-0. It feels like Hastings ought to have a little bit bigger lead. Some missed opportunities the first third of this game.
You're exactly right. As a coach for a long time, you see that. You see, man, we've done everything we're supposed to do through 3 innings and only have 2 to show for it. So that's a little worried, but it sure is nice to see us play good baseball.
Pitch is fouled away again, 1-2 on Caleb McDowell, who is a regular for this team. He's one of the guys that was in the lineup the first series. He is now 5 for 16 against Hastings pitching as he played in the 3-game series earlier this year, won by the Whiskey Jacks here in Hastings. 1-2 delivery on the way. Pitch is grounded to the left side. Solis can't quite come up with it. Actually dove, and it kind of went under him as he couldn't make it. He's made every play over there. It's almost you're shocked when he doesn't make a stop.
That kind of backed up on him a little bit, I think. And but that was going to be a tough play anyway. He runs pretty well. I'm not sure he was going to get him anyway, but we're going to get another ground ball, and we're going to turn one here, so everything will be fine.
As it'll be Jackson Sorensen and J.T. Cafferty, solid through the first 3 innings. Did a great job of working out of that huge jam in the second with bases loaded and only 1 out. And love the way J.T. plays with a little fire out there.
He does. Sometimes we got to back him down a little bit. Sometimes he gets too upset for the wrong reasons. But we just love his competitiveness and just is willing to go out every day, no matter what we ask him to do, to go out and compete.
Jackson Sorensen fouls the first pitch away. He's the third baseman. You mentioned you ask him to do a lot. Pitch, catch. He's played about he's played left field, right field. I think he's played first base this year, done some DHing.
Yep, he does a little bit of everything. You know, at first I signed him as a catcher, And then Western Nebraska wanted to move him to a corner outfielder first base, so we said, okay, we'll do that. And then now that he's signed with Arkansas Tech, he's back to being a catcher, going to get a look as a pitcher. And frankly, his biggest strength is he's just a great, big, burly, strong kid. And if he can hit, he's going to be in the lineup. They'll figure out a place to play. Obviously, they hope he can catch because it's hard to get a guy that can catch and hit. That's pretty tough to do at that level. But so we'll see. So he does a little bit of both. We've got his arm string up much, much better. It's such a difference, and you can't see that from here. But when we talked to him after the first night he threw, his arm was killing him. And we worked on his mechanics and got him in a routine for between pitches, and now he's actually been asking to go out sooner than he can go, unfortunately. I mean, it's love that he wants to, but...
Here's a pop-up in foul territory. Actually fades back into fair territory. One way or the other, Trevor Matson gets underneath it. A big first out after McDowell reaches on the single. Sorensen pops it up on the infield, and Nolan Drill will come to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the top of the fourth. Soundbusters leading Wheat City 2-0.
I love Trevor, but we may have found a more talented Matson there at the start of the game. His brother did a nice job singing, didn't he?
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I've been saving that one. I'm gonna give that one to Trevor when I get back. We found a more talented Matson, but he's such a great anchor for our team.
And boy, did he look! He's totally built like his brother too.
Yeah.
You can tell they are related. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, a check swing. No balls, 1 strike on Nolan Drill.
He looks exactly like his mom. Did you get a chance to meet his mom?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, I saw her from like 60 yards, and I knew she was his mom. You could tell within, they look exactly alike.
Great to have a lot of spirit in the stands today. The Aurora Show Choirs come in, and they've bought into the Sodbuster Nation. Runner goes. The pitch is hit high in the air to right field. Underneath it and making the play will be the Sodbuster outfielder Logan Johnstone. Having to retreat to first will be Caleb McDowell. There are 2 outs in the inning for Keenan O'Brien.
He's just been around the plate. Even when he misses, they've been competitive pitches for the most part. And that's what we've been trying to preach. And it's just too bad it took too long to figure some of this stuff out. But that's the way it goes, and we knew it. We knew we had kids that needed experience, and now they've got it. And now look how we're playing.
6 out of 7 in the win column for the Sodbusters. After they lost their first 2 after the All-Star break, it has been really good and very easily could have 7 wins in a row. The other game came right down to the wires. The pitch is missing for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. And, you'd love to win all of them, but if you've got to have a win streak and be playing your best, it's really cool to be doing it at the end of the year because it almost feels like you're setting a foundation, even though a lot of these kids maybe aren't going to be back, but they're going to have a good feeling about Hastings Sodbuster baseball if you want them back.
You're darn right. We're trying to build some tradition, trying to build some consistency, and really what's so important too is we're doing it in front of our fans, and the support has been phenomenal. Look at this crowd out here, Steve. We're probably close to 700 people tonight, and boy, for a team that is out of the playoff race for all intents and purposes, and they don't care. They want to see good baseball and they want to support us, and that just makes all the hours that we put into this so worth it.
Keenan O'Brien at the plate now, and he will take a pitch for a strike. It's 3-1 on O'Brien. He's the catcher. There's 1 on, 2 outs. Sodbusters with the lead by a score of 2-0. Top half of the 4th inning, scheduled 7-inning game both today and tomorrow. So come to the ballpark, 7 innings beginning at 6:35 tomorrow night.
We're just doing a little trial with 7 innings to see how it works and what everybody thinks about it. There's some good and some bad with it, but we think it makes a lot of sense in a lot of areas, and really the main thing is taking care of our guys. 2 innings doesn't sound like very much, but when you spread 2 innings over 64 games, that's about 26 or 2,700 pitches.
So we're thinking maybe it's going to be a season thing next year.
Not necessarily. Some people it's been a topic of conversation. Listen to that crowd, Steve.
JT Cafferty comes all the way back from 3-0 down to strike out Keenan O'Brien, and after the leadoff single, nothing happening, no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and so we have played 3.5 innings here with the Sodbusters continuing to lead it by a score of 2-0 as we are with Scott Galushan. Get more on the potential 7-inning deal as far as long-term in the Expedition League and your thoughts and feelings.
Well, our league is doing a good job. We're 4 years in now, and so now we finally have our feet planted square on the ground. We know we're going to be here, and we continue to try to do what we can to make things as good as we can. And so from my standpoint, I don't want people to be here for 4 hours. Now, last night's 2 hours and 1 minute might have been a little quick, okay, but nonetheless, good baseball. But we're simply trying to play with a couple different scenarios so we have some data to back that up and try to make the best decision we can. There's a lot of things that go to it. I mean, obviously, we need to make money to keep baseball here. And Brian and I, as co-owners, and our wives, Erin and Karen, we would love to make money, but really our goal is to break even and keep baseball here. That's not the case with every owner in our league. So we got to find a happy medium between giving everybody the best opportunity they can to make a living if they need to, but yet take care of our kids. And so, no matter who you are at this time of year, everybody's looking for enough guys to pitch. So we had a meeting a couple weeks ago and talked about some scenarios that do it. And it just so happens, since these two teams are mostly out of contention, we decided that we would be I would take a shot at it. And so we're gonna I talked to about 40 people last night. The vast majority of the people were happy with it. The players love it, but that could be because it was 99 degrees yesterday. So but again, just data, and there's some good things to it. There's some bad things, but we're going to try to make sure that we don't leave anything unturned to make sure we do the best we can for baseball.
It's going to be number 9, 1 and 2 coming up at the bottom of the 4th. The Hastings Sodbusters leading Weed City by a score of 2-0. Rocha, Jackson, and Dawson. And yet you wish you could do it. Okay, we may play 7 or 9. If somebody scores 5 in an inning, we're only going to go 7 innings. But you can't do that. Here's a great bunt from Jackson Rocha. And no throw from Aberwet. And Jackson Rocha, ladies and gentlemen, has a hit. It's been a struggle for Jackson Rocha, and so that's really cool to see him lay one down. And he is aboard, leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time in 4 innings. As the Sodbusters.
So I talked to Jackson today. I said, Jackson, I love you. You're a great teammate, and you're working hard, and it's not going your way. I said, let's change our approach. Mm-hmm. So we talked a little bit about our approach, and so we wanted to we wanted to change that approach a little bit. But then I said, don't be afraid to drop one down. Uh-huh. And, so again, I don't want you to sit up there and bunt all the time, but I want you to read the situation, see where the third baseman is, and go. And so there was a little side bet involved there with myself and Mr. Chandler Wagner. Uh-huh. And one of us standing next to you with headphones on is a little richer in the pocket.
All right, because that's good. Yeah, and we are now betting on Sodbuster baseball.
No.
That'll be the next thing we can talk about.
No, we don't want to do that. Just friendly wagers on what happens. There's a lot of different things that go on. We just make it fun. And so one of them was Chandler. We got another one with the pitcher today and how many innings he's going to throw and how many strikeouts he's going to get. We just, after I guess it's 58 games now. Yeah. We sit up there every day for 2.5 hours before the game, and we just come up with a few little funny side things that we do, and it's fun. We just kind of keep a running total. And so
they never said they were betting money.
Yeah, not money.
Yeah, that's true.
Not money.
So when the casino opens in Grand Island in a couple of years, there's not going to be like the Scott Galusha sports book on the Sodbuster bet.
That's not correct.
Sodbuster side bet of the day.
Yeah, we'd like to be big enough where we have those side bets. But what I do think, though, is that when Chandler and I go to dinner, I'm guessing the check's going to the other side of the table.
All right. Well, life is good.
So that's the fun part.
Omar Jackson at the plate, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, Sodbusters lead at 2-0. They've out-hit the Whiskey Jacks 6-2. Aberwet brings the pitch, and there's a little looping liner into left field. Sodbusters have 2 on, nobody out here in the 4th, trying to take command in this 7-inning contest with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up.
All right. Well, we got a little excited with Jackson there. That was my fault. But what the most important thing about that is, did you happen to notice how excited our dugout was?
Yeah.
And how excited our press box was? Because he's a great kid. It just hasn't gone his way. And yet he comes to practice, comes to hitting every day, works hard. And so you just love to see kids that are willing to put the work in to see some success.
Yeah, because he could have said, okay, I think I'm going to go home for the rest of the summer at some point this year, and didn't. Matter of fact, threw him out there pitching, throws 3 scoreless innings, and so...
he came to me, 3 weeks ago, and he goes, I'm not helping us a whole lot in the batter's box. I know I'm playing a pretty good outfield. I said, yeah. And he goes, I can whip it a little bit. And I said, okay, let's take a look. So we went down me and Luke went down in the box for him a little bit, and I'm not gonna take your thunder, but I did use it last night. I told my family my favorite stat for the Sodbusters. I'll let you step in and do that one. Your your favorite or my favorite staff that has to do with Jake Bigham and Jackson Rocha.
Yeah, we've mentioned the fact that Jake Bigham had as many hits as Jackson Rocha, but Rocha's got a better ERA.
Yeah, but his batting average is better. Look at that. That's going to be a tough play.
Bunt down the third base line, throw to first. Well played there. Good job for the Whiskey Jack third baseman Jackson Sorensen to throw out Cole Dawson, but he does get the job done. Now there are runners at second and third for the best RBI guy on the team. Trevor Mattson will come to the plate with Rocha at third, Jackson at second, and it's 2-0 Hastings.
Again, something else that I love, Steve. That's our best hitter, and he understands in this situation that his job is to move guys, and he does his job. And yet 5 or 6 guys come out of the dugout, give him high fives. That's called playing for the guy next to you. And what I like to say is, hey, he did his job, now you do yours. That's what I'd say to Trevor right now. And I would expect him to at least get one in. But he's going to hit something hard. And with this infield in, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, Wheat City realizing the gravity of the situation here as we're getting relatively late in this 7-inning game. So they have the infield in. That should make Mattson a better hitter as the pitch is taken upstairs. Trevor Mattson trying to come through here for the Sodbusters. And RBI double his first time up. He walked back in the third. We're now in the fourth. Sodbusters lead it 2-0. Trying to get a couple more right here as the pitch swung on and missed. That was probably out of the zone, and Mattson slaps the top of his helmet in frustration. 1-2 the count now on Trevor Mattson.
I was happy that he hit the ball hard his first time, or maybe second time. I don't remember what at bat it was.
First time, yeah.
Yeah, but he had parental itis yesterday. He was trying so hard to hit one out in front of his parents yesterday that he just wasn't not the same approach yesterday. So it was good to see him hit the ball hard and go from there, and then everybody gets a chance to yell weight room at him, which is fun.
1-2 the count. Big at bat as Aberwet brings the pitch home, and Mattson takes it upstairs. Aberwet would love to find a way to get a strikeout here. It would be his third of the game, and
that'd be huge.
Tries to wiggle out of a jam again. Sodbusters have had him on the ropes a couple of times, although he's a pretty good pitcher. He's got a lot of stuff. 2-2 delivery on the way. Inside, great stop there. Saving a run was Keenan O'Brien, and now it's 3-2 on Trevor Mattson.
His ball is definitely not straight for sure. Mm-hmm. He kind of shows the ball early, which is usually beneficial for the hitter, but that ball definitely moves, and he's got to move in both into and away from righties.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and this one is hit high in the air, short center field. That's going to fall for a hit. 1 run will score. Omar will stay at third, but Jackson Rocha comes in with the third run of the game. And a good job for Trevor Mattson to bring in a run, and the Sodbusters will have runners at the corners, now leading it 3-0.
Yep, that's great. That's just putting the ball in play, understanding your job. You don't have to hit it hard all the time to get your job done. And it all evens out. You see the guy that hits that blister shot right at a guy, an atom ball, and then every once in a while it'll even out and you'll get a little doink in there.
And Matt Hallback, same situation. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. See if he can come through and find a way to get another run home here as the pitch is taken inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Matt Hallback. A rare strikeout for him during this span. He has been red hot at the plate after his 2 triples yesterday to take over the team lead in that category. 1-0 delivery is
not a speed guy, but at Duncan, if you can hit the ball hard and find a gap, you're in good shape. But it's hard. I hate to say that Matt's hitting the ball better than Trevor right now, but he's a close second. He's been barreling lots of balls.
2-0 pitch. Well, he's taken over the team lead in average as of today anyway. It's a pretty tight race at the top there. 333, 333, 332, and then Mattson right back there at 309 in terms of just pure batting average.
Yep.
Pitch is taken low and a great at bat for Hallback. Didn't try to do too much.
Yep.
He takes a 4-pitch walk. Now the bases are full for Luke Solis, who had an RBI single his first time up. Sodbusters trying to take a stranglehold in this one. 3-0, bottom of the fourth. 3 runs, 8 hits, and there'll be a visit to the mound as we continue to visit with Scott Galusha, the general manager for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's going to be fun tomorrow. I know you had a lot of promotions tonight for folks maybe listening or watching who are going to be coming out tomorrow. What are you doing for the final home game of the season?
Well, it's fan appreciation, so we'll have all kinds of food specials, all kinds of beer specials. We're going to thank everybody. We're going to have a few silent auctions. And again, it sounds like the weather's going to be really good. And it's hard to believe that tomorrow's the last day. Now, my body would tell you otherwise. But it sure seems like, it's gone very fast, and we've had a good year, and it's been so nice to see us play well, and at the end of the season, and again, lay that foundation. It's like a 6-6 Nebraska team that wins a bowl game. Yeah, that's sort of what I feel like is is now we kind of understand what we're doing. We've learned how to win a little bit. We understand Duncan Field, and now we're ready to go.
Luke Solis trying to come through. Still only one out, and the pitch is taken inside for ball one. Another nice stop for Keenan O'Brien to save a run for Wheat City. Sodbusters looking to really take control in this one. They've now out-hit the Whiskey Jacks 8-2. They lead the contest 3-0. As Aberwet brings the pitch home.
Ooh, that's good.
Just missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Perhaps Aberwet ready to switch to right-handed pitching. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes,
Here's the
I do.
guy that can go either side of the rubber.
Yep, we talked to our team about that earlier in our pregame stuff today because we saw on both sides. Now Luke looked really bad about 3 days ago. He was like 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he couldn't hit him with a tennis racket. So we talked to Luke a little bit to try to change his approach just a little bit, kind of get in his head, see what he was doing, and he's just looked much more comfortable.
Takes a 4-pitch walk here. I'll tell you what, Aberwet not happy. There was a couple of borderline pitches, neither of which went his way. So at least very patient up there. That brings home Omar Jackson. Advancing to third will be Trevor Matson. Hallback at second, and the Sodbusters have 2 on the board. Still only 1 out. Logan Johnstone, who had a single his last time up, he's 1 for 2. Pitch to Logan. First pitch swinging. A little bit surprised he went after that first one. A borderline pitch and fouls it back. No balls, 1 strike.
Well, we always preach be ready to hit, but sometimes they got to realize that the guy's just thrown
8 in a row.
Yeah, 8 in a row. That's down 2. Oh, no, it's going to hang.
Launch Johnstone.
Nope.
It is going to fall. Here comes a throw to third. They're going to get the force out there, but a run will score. Heads up play. Caleb McDowell made a diving attempt, couldn't quite get there, and the Sodbusters really hung out to dry. Nobody knew exactly whether it was going to be caught or not, so a good job at 7-5 on the putout to force Hallback. However, Johnstone reaches on the fielder's choice. He brings home a run as Trevor Matson scores, and Luke Solis ends up at second.
Yep, that's a tough one. That's right in front of Matt, though. He needs to read that, get about halfway, and he knew he's going to dive anyway, so it's going to be hard to throw somebody out. But he thought he was going to catch it, so you can't really play. You don't get doubled off either. So I think that was one he could have probably done better, but that's okay.
And the bottom line, Sodbusters get a run out of it, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. And now batting for the Sodbusters is Nick Carlson. 1-1 the count his way. 8th man to bat in the inning. The Sodbusters have been able to plate 3 in the inning so far, and they'll look for more here with a 2-out opportunity from Carlson, who swings, lines this one to left field. That is down for a hit. Here comes a run home. The Sodbusters will have runners at first and second as Luke Solis comes in to score the run, and Nick Carlson a big 2-out RBI single, and the Sodbusters extend the lead here even further.
Great swing again. One of those times where he's not trying to hit it out of the park. He's trying to put the barrel on the bat, and he did so. And hey, let's remember number 3 here coming in the on-deck circle who got this going with his second hit and a bunt, and good for Jackson. And
Jacob Shaw, their runner goes from second to third, and he is going to be out. Well gunned there. Heck of a job for Keenan O'Brien, who throws out Logan Johnstone trying to take third base, but the Sodbusters a good go. They come up with 4 runs in the inning, and they lead it 6-0. Scott Galusha, you sticking around, or you want to go?
I better go. I better go. With 7 innings, I better go thank some people. There's about 700 people out here that I got to go thank. But Steve, thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. You guys are the best. I've listened to all our broadcasts, and there's no question that you guys do it the best, and you make my job easier. I love it when people say I love your broadcast because they think I have something to do with it, and I don't. I'm just lucky I got 2 friends who know what they're doing and make me look good. So thank you very much, guys. And Fish, you too. Nate, you too. You guys do a great job. And to everybody out there, thanks for supporting us. Try to come out and see us play tomorrow.
Scott Galusha as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Johnson Imperial of Hastings and Kearney has been a quality builder and developer since 1918. They have your office and retail space solution. Over 300,000 square feet of premier space. On-site management and maintenance. Great locations and abundant pricing. Spaces designed and built to suit. And flexible leasing options available. Johnson Imperial also features general contracting services. Check out all they have to offer. JohnsonImperial.com. Johnson Imperial in Hastings and Kearney. That's JohnsonImperial.com. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Hastings Sodbusters in pretty good shape here as they have scored 4 runs in the 4th inning and now lead it 6-0 as we head to the 5th inning. J.T. Cafferty out there, and he's in pretty good shape in terms of pitch count. 55 heading into this frame, has been able to scatter just a couple of hits. Now he has walked a couple and hit one. He has struck out 3. And now with a little more run support as the Sodbusters put up 4 runs on 4 hits. They have 6 runs and 9 hits. They've also stranded 8 through the first 4 innings, so they lead at 6-0 and could have more. As we will get a chance to see Houston Fogelstrom, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for Wheat City here in inning number 5. And Fogelstrom, he popped to the pitcher his first time up. That was a big at bat at the time. Sodbusters had a 2-0 lead, but Wheat City had bases loaded and only 1 out. And after a strikeout of Keenan O'Brien, Cafferty able to get Fogelstrom to pop up to end that threat in the 2nd. And then, since then, they've only had 1 base runner. Pitch is taken for a strike, no balls and 1 strike on Houston Fogelstrom, a guy who's been in the lineup since early in the season. He is now 3 for 15 against Sodbuster pitching this year. He played in that 3-game series back in June, won by Wheat City. They won the first 2 games of the series, but then the Sodbusters bounced back with a vengeance, if you will, as they ended up winning the final game of that series 15-0 after Wheat City had won 10-9 and 7-3, really breaking the Sodbusters' hearts in the series opener, coming from 9-1 down to get it done. Pitch taken outside, 2-1 the count on Houston Fogelstrom for Wheat City. Houston Fogelstrom, he's a Nebraska guy from Omaha, Northeast Community College. Had a multi-hit game in the 7-3 victory over Hastings. J.T. Cafferty brings home the 2-1 delivery. Foul back, count 2-2 on Fogelstrom. Batting in the number 9 spot today, it'll be Lingley and Stroh also to bat this inning. Sodbusters getting a lot of things done in that 4th. It all began with that bunt single from Jackson Rocha. They would send 8 to the plate before all was said and done. Actually had a 9th man at the plate, but caught stealing into the inning. Bouncing ball, left side, that's a base hit. Leadoff single from Fogelstrom. 1 on, nobody out. The top of the order coming up. That'll be Nolan Lingley, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Sodbusters putting up 4 shutout innings today after they get 7 shutout innings yesterday from Treyton Scully. The Sodbuster pitchers have done a great job. They lowered the team ERA by 0.09 yesterday. The team ERA for the Sodbusters coming in is at 6.17. They've moved up to 7th in team ERA for the year in this 12-team league. Pitch is taken upstairs. The count is 1 ball and no strikes on Noah Lingley.
With Fogelstrom's hit a moment ago, they tied their hits from last night. They only had 3 total last night. There are 3 here in the 5th inning.
And there's a real bunch as far as team hitting right at the bottom of the league. Sodbusters were in 12th yesterday, but they moved their team batting average up just 2 points, and they ended up jumping from 12th to 9th, seeing Wheat City actually fall to 12th, as there's going to be a visit to the mound. Lingley taking ball 2, and a quick walk out there for Bay as he comes out to visit with J.T. Cafferty.
Hastings hitting in the last 7 days. Their average has been .285, but they've had, in that time, several triples. They had 3 triples, 2 doubles, 10 hits. They've had, or take that back, 2 doubles, 3 home runs in that time, 37 RBIs, 32 walks, which is important. They've stolen 14 bases in 7 days, which is crazy. The strikeout number's a little high as well with 43. But you can't be too dissatisfied with a 285 batting average in the last 7 days.
And they've won 6 out of 7. That's the bottom line. And, even though they haven't hit it tremendously well, they've pitched it and they've played defense, and that is why they've gone 6-1 in their last 7 games. 2-0 delivery is on the way, and that's a cross for strike. 2-1 the count on Nolan Lingley. Lingley 1 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 2 today. One of the new guys since these two teams met back in June. 6-0. Sodbusters on top as we're in the top half of the 5th inning. 7-inning games both today and tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 6:35 start time. And the pitch way outside. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Nolan Lingley.
JT has walked 2 batters in the game already.
Lingley, a product of Pepperdine from Tracy, California, stands in the right-handed box, and JT trying to avoid that 3rd walk. The pitch. And that just misses, and he is as irritated as anybody about walking batters, and so he does walk his 3rd here to go along with 3 strikeouts, and now there are 1st and 2nd, nobody out, so those 4 runs looking larger and larger in the 4th inning. There is right-handed action in the Sodbuster bullpen at this time as the 2, 3, and 4 hitters try to help this squad come back from 6-0 down. JT Cafferty looks at it as catcher Nick Carlson. Sodbusters feeling pretty good about their chances if their guy just throws strikes. Double play would look big here. Pitches across for strike, off speeder, and Parker Stroh not too sure about that. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Parker Stroh 0 for 3 yesterday for the Sweet City Whiskey Jack squad. He hasn't played very many games in the field. This is just his 4th. It's now a visit to the mound as Nick Carlson walks the ball out to the right-hander JT Cafferty, making sure they have their sign straight with that runner at second base looking in Houston Fogelstrom. Sodbusters 6 and the Whiskey Jacks nothing. Top half of the 5th inning. It's getting late when you start thinking about these 7-inning games. As the right-hander, Cafferty against the left-handed batter. Pitches inside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Parker Stroh.
Both Fremont and Spearfish are leading right now. Fremont 4-2 at home on Pier, and Spearfish 2-0 at home on Source Valley in the 2nd.
Those 2 teams are tied for 1st place in the Clark Division. A flat-footed tie at 18-8 with just a little over a week remaining in the regular season. As critically important for those 2 teams, Western Nebraska is already in the 1-game playoff as they won the first half. 1-1 delivery, and this one is bounced to the right side. Dawson's got it. Will set. Throw back to Solis. Solis makes the grab but couldn't throw it. He did drop the ball, but they say it was on the exchange, so they do get the out at second base. A large first out of the game. It can go 4-6 to retire Lingley. Stroh aboard on the fielder's choice. Fogelstrom ends up at 3rd, so the double play still in order. And the Sodbusters, if they could turn that one, could get out of this with no damage done. Jake Jelly will try to bring home that run from 3rd base with less than 2 outs, 6-0 to score.
Jelly batting 3rd in the Lewis Division, 3rd highest batting average coming into tonight with a .355. That has gone down a little bit with 2 strikeouts, but this guy is probably their best hitter on the team.
As Jake Jelly stands in the right-handed box for the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. As JT Cafferty brings the pitch home, and a beauty right across on the inside corner. 1 strike, the count on Jake Jelly. Jelly was on the roster when these 2 teams met back in June, but he only played in 1 of the 3 games and went 0 for 0. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Sodbusters on top, 6-0 top of the 5th. JT brings the pitch home, and Jelly pops it up. Foul territory down the right field line, but that is going to be unplayable. 2 strikes on Jelly. Strikeout would look big here for JT Cafferty, who did have a strikeout in the 1st, the 2nd, and the 4th innings. 3 Ks in the game for JT Cafferty.
Yeah, still somebody warming up in the bullpen. I believe it's Cam Brickachek, one of the Hastings College guys. Looks like he's warming up over there. Does have a little pitching experience.
Cafferty, meanwhile, has hit 70 pitches thrown here today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Aberwet, well over 70 now through 4 innings.
Jurgensmeyer's warming up. Thank you, Nate.
Here's the 0-2 delivery, and this one is hit high in the air, left field. Jackson Rocha on his horse into foul territory will make the catch. Tagging and scoring will be the runner at third base, Houston Fogelstrom. Really smart play there for Jackson Rocha. It's a sacrifice fly as Rocha, instead of trying to throw it home, you're never going to get him. Keep that runner at first base because that run at third really didn't matter a whole lot. He was going to score anyway. Just don't want a big inning right there. So you take the out, give up the run, but you still lead at 6-1, and now you can get a force at first or second as Kobe Tweeten stands in the right-handed box trying to keep it going for Wheat City.
Yeah, how many times have we seen the guy throw it in and try to get the runner, the lead runner, and overthrow it and another guy to another base? That was a good, smart outfield play.
And you think, well, if you get greedy, do you let the ball fall and maybe try to get a strikeout? But like I say, you're up 6-0. Get the out. Did a good job for Rocha to get the job done. And now it's Tweeten trying to continue the inning. He has one ball on him as Tweeten hit by a pitch his first time up and then grounded into a fielder's choice to end the third inning. We're now in the fifth. Sodbusters on top 6-1 as a large young man at the plate. Kobe Tweeten, 6'6", 270-pounder. One of the new guys since the last series that these two teams played. Sodbusters have a lot of different guys in the lineup since that first meeting as well. 2-0 delivery is on the way. And the pitch is missing for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Guys like Logan Johnstone, Matt Hallback, Luke Solis, none of those guys had a chance to see this Wheat City team early in the year.
I think Carlson was maybe hurt then too. So
he did play one of the three games. Yep.
Okay.
3-0 delivery is on the way, and that's across for strike. 3-1 the count on Kobe Tweeten.
Well, Wheat City happy to get the monkey off their back and get one run in. They haven't scored in the series until now. They lost 10-0 yesterday, so JT trying to get out of the inning here. There is still action in the bullpen with Jaden Jurgensmeyer.
Yeah, 20 innings against Sodbuster pitching. They had failed to score as they were shut out the last game of the series. The pitch across for strike. Shut out 15-0 back in June, and then 10-0 yesterday, and after 4 innings scoreless here, able to finally get on the board. Sodbusters is trying to keep it 6-1, and they would be 6 outs away from victory if JT Cafferty can survive this inning with no more runs allowed. JT out of the stretch. Brings the pitch home. High fly ball center field. Omar Jackson ranging over into right. Makes the call, makes the catch. And Wheat City just settles for 1 run. 1 run on 1 hit. And 1 man left, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 5. Sodbusters lead it 6-1. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
I'm a working mom. I don't have a lot of time for grocery shopping. That's why Sam's Club is so convenient. I can get the food my family loves, household supplies, and be on my way. My husband likes that they offer oil changes and tire services. Really saves him time. They have early hours for Plus Club members so I can beat the crowd on the weekend. Plus, Sam's Club offers free curbside pickup. Order online or in the app. Sam's Club, Grand Island.
Sam's Club, a proud partner of Sodbuster Baseball. When you're not heading to Duncan Field to watch the Sodbusters, head on over to Laughlin Country Club. The best view in Hastings. Their 2-story window overlooks the pristine course, their upscale clubhouse, and their kitchen crafts delicious dining menus. Behind the scenes is an entire full-service team led by their banquet manager who's working to make sure your event is executed flawlessly. Laughlin Country Club, 402-462-4151.
We head to bottom half. Way to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Sodbusters lead it by a score of 6-1. New pitcher coming in for Wheat City. It's Griffin Sheeran. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. So Griffin Sheeran, who played in the field yesterday, gets a chance to pitch. He'll be making his 12th appearance. All but one of those coming in relief. 15 innings thrown. He's allowed 22 runs on 23 hits. 19 of those earned. 19 strikeouts, 18 walks. He has a 1-1 record, an ERA of 11.40. And the Sodbusters already leading it by a score of 6-1, trying to get that run back and maybe more here in inning number 5. Jacob Shaw was at the plate when Logan Johnstone was caught stealing to end the 4th, but the Sodbusters had a good go in the 4th as they put up 4 runs. Wheat City comes right back with a run in the top half of the 5th inning, and Shaw
Up there, he is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his first time up, popped up to end the third inning. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, Nate Miller is our engineer today, running the video. 6-1, Sodbusters on top as they look to continue their hot streak. This would be 7 of 8 for Hastings. They won their 20th game of the year yesterday. Second half standings, they continue to get closer to 500, 12 and 15 since the second half began on July 1st. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike, no balls, 1 strike on Jacob Shaw, hometown product from Hastings. Mainly known for his pitching, but solid hitter. Cloud County Community College is his destination.
He's a good athlete all around.
Being his second year with the Thunderbirds. Swings and fouls the pitch away. No balls and 2 strikes on Shaw, with Jackson Rocha and Omar Jackson scheduled to bat this inning.
Jacob Shaw's had 27 bats this season, 7 RBIs, 6 walks, stole a base, so he gets in there sometimes, and he begs Wagner all the time, let me hit, let me hit, let me hit. You know, pitchers think they can hit, and hitters think they can pitch, so he can, though.
Yeah, he's right.
He can do both.
Here's the pitch, and this one is popped up down the first base line. A long run and a nice play there for Kobe Tweeten. Can't emphasize how hard a play that is on this particular facility, because the turf, it slants away, so it does drain very well, but it is an unusual playing surface to say the least, as you're running downhill down that first base line, and Tweeten able to keep his eye on it and make the catch on Shaw.
Well, not only that, he went from turf to grass. There's a little lip there.
Yep.
He's not familiar with it. There's a brick wall, a chain link fence, so you're competing with a lot of things going on over there. That was a really good play, and over-the-head catch.
Here's Jackson Rocha, who laid down an infield single and scored the first of those 4 runs. Big swing, no contact here, no balls and 1 strike. That was the spark plug of the inning. Infield single. And then Omar Jackson reached, and we're off to the races. Sacrifice bunt from Cole Dawson, and then Matson got the single, and the Sodbusters would eventually score 4 when all is said and done, as the pitch misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jackson Rocha.
That was awesome to see him get another hit. He is a real nice kid. I think it's the cowboy hat. He's been wearing the cowboy hat. I think that's the good luck charm.
Out of Yakima Community College, he's from Othello, Washington. 1-1 delivery on the way. Pitch is taken inside, 2 balls and a strike on Jackson Rocha. Batting at the number 9 spot. Sodbusters looking to continue their hot streak in the final home game of the season tomorrow. Come on out, 6:35 start time, these same 2 teams, and then Sodbusters going to make the long road trip to North Dakota to face this same team for a series. Here is the 2-1 delivery. It's cross for strike, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jackson Rocha.
Great crowd here. You got people from Aurora. They're getting the wave going earlier. They're just going nuts. And then you've got the Hastings Little Leaguer team here. A great crowd on your Saturday. This is awesome. Atmosphere is crazy.
Here's the pitch. And that is taken for a ball. So Rocha pretty good at bat in progress. He's worked it full. Sodbusters going to be going to Wheat City, and then they will have a 2-game series at Pier to close the season. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at Grand Forks, and then Friday, Saturday at Pier. 3-2 pitch is on the way. Called strike 3. Rocha couldn't pull the trigger. He goes down on strikes, now 1 for 3 on the day, and that'll bring up Omar Jackson.
First strikeout there for Sheeran. We saw him in the game yesterday as a defender. Now he's pitching.
That's Sheeran getting his opportunity to throw a little bit. He's from Minot State, from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. He did have pitching experience against the Sodbusters in the first series as part of that 15-0 shellacking, and it did not go well for him. He allowed 5 runs on 2 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 1, trying to work a clean 5th inning here for this squad from Wheat City. Pitch fouled away by Omar Jackson, who has a run scored today. Overall, he is 1 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch, and he grounded out. Omar Jackson stands and watches this one go by for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Arkansas Tech product.
He covers so much ground out there. I was talking to the 2 guys from Hastings that are on the team before the game, and they said basically you could just put Omar to cover right in center and then just have a left fielder and you'd be okay.
1 ball and 1 strike, and that's saying something because there's a lot of ground to cover out in Duncan Field. 1-1 delivery is taken high. 2-1 the count now on Omar Jackson. Wheat City, they joined the league 2 years ago. Their first year of play was in 2019. Did not play last season due to COVID restrictions, but good to have them back this year. Pitch swung on and missed. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Omar Jackson.
6 hits in his last 7 games as Omar, and he has 5 stolen base during that time. 2 last night, 3 the night before in Fremont.
2-2 the count on Omar Jackson. Left-handed hitter up there against the right-hander, Griffin Sheeran. Sheeran winds and delivers. Ooh, just misses. I think Sheeran thought that was strike 3.
That was pretty close.
It's now 3-2 on Omar Jackson.
I thought that was strike 3 also. That was pretty close.
As Paul Sedicase is the home plate umpire today. Craig Roop working out in the field. 6-1 the score. Sodbusters on top. Bottom half of inning number 5 as Sheeran brings the pitch home. And Jackson didn't mean to go, but he is rung up for strike 3. So a couple of strikeouts for Sheeran as he works a clean 5th inning here. And we will head to the 6th inning. It is Hastings 6 and Wheat City 1. Josh Salmon will be taking you through the final 2 innings of this one, as this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Means Sodbusters baseball and hot weather, so make sure you stay cool with Ruts. Ruts Heating and AC is your #1 source for residential and commercial HVAC services in Nebraska. For over 45 years, Ruts has been a name to trust for repairs, installation, and maintenance work on time. Call Ruts Heating and Air Conditioning today to discuss your HVAC needs, free estimates, and the guarantee their work. Whenever your heating or AC needs, trust Ruts. Visit rutsheating.com.
Odyssey. Casual, modern, and innovative cuisine, drinks, and service in the heart of downtown Hastings. The website is odysseydowntown.com. Call for reservations 402-834-3811. Odyssey. Reservations are required for lunch and dinner. Carryout orders taken on the day of carryout only. 834-3811. A sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We have a new pitcher out there for Hastings Sodbusters. Jaden Jurgensmeyer comes out. The young man from Grand Island made his debut here a couple nights ago and pitched a really good game for the Sodbusters. Went 4 innings of relief there. Just a high school Legion guy that joined the team recently, and that was his first time ever pitching to college hitters. He went that one game, made 4 and a third, striking out 1, giving up only 3 hits, no runs against the Moo, against one of the best offensive teams in the league. And that's really tipping your hat to the young man from Grand Island out there in relief of the starter J.T. Cafferty. So get you the numbers here on Cafferty as his night is done as we start the 6th inning. Remember, 7th inning game here. Josh Salmon with you. Congratulations to the Hastings Little League. He's headed to regionals. Thank you, Nate. He pitched 5 innings, 22 batters, struck out 3, walked 3, 3 hits, a run, and it was earned run, and so there you go. But only gave up the 1 run against Wheat City. Got in a couple situations early in the game, but got pitched out of them. And a good job there by JT, and looks for the bullpen here to Jaden Jurgensmeyer. Yesterday, Scully pitched the entire 7 innings of the game, and that's always huge for a pitcher to go the distance, obviously, especially this time in the league in the year when everybody is short of arms. So that saves a lot of arms. Coming up, the Aurora Show Choir is going to sing here in a little while. Bottom of the 6th. So to up here for Wheat City, it is McDowell, Sorensen, and Drill. 5, 6, 7 hitters for Wheat City. Wheat City has 1 run on 3 hits. Here's Jurgensmeyer. Pitch and fouled back. Strike 1. Jaden, high school guy, came up. Scott Galusha knows him very well. Pitched for Grand Island baseball, senior high, or Legion ball, and so good athlete. Scott says, hey, you want to try some college pitching? Okay. He arose to the occasion against Fremont his last time out. 1-1 here to McDowell. McDowell is 1 of 2.
That one nubbed down the first base line, but foul. Hastings Little League headed to the regionals in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is awesome. They are the Nebraska Little League champion. That's just really cool. I just think that's a neat deal. 1-2 pitch coming up from Juergensmeyer. That one looper into right center field, and Omar is not going to be able to get there. He will stop it. Well, he tries to. He bobbles it a little bit. Stopping at 2. Thought about 3 there for a minute, did McDowell. But he will go with a double. That was going to be double all the way, whether Omar bobbled it or not. But luckily he has a good enough arm to get it in quickly. So first extra base hit of the series for Wheat City. And leadoff hitter's on again for Wheat City. You look in the game, they've had the leadoff hitter on 3 times, 3 innings in a row. Did score the 1 run last inning. Comes up Jackson Sorensen. He led off last inning with a single. He's also popped out. 1 of 2. That's a shot to right field. Let that thing go foul, and it doesn't. That's a bouncer to the wall. That's going to be at least 3 for him as he comes chugging around second base. The run will score, and throw over to third is not in time. A stand-up triple on the first pitch he sees by Jackson Sorensen. That was a shot. That thing went down the line there, and I was hoping it was going to slice foul, but it did not. Nice hit there by Sorensen. And for him, that is his first triple of the season. Not a fast guy, but he hit it far enough to where he could get around. So RBI there. And quickly, Wheat City's back within 4 now. So Juergensmeyer comes out of the bullpen, allows 2 hits and a run. First run he's allowed as a sodbuster. Looks like Ryan Melvin's going to start loosening in the bullpen. He's been... And pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there by Carlson. So McDowell scored the run. Good day for him. Had a double and 3 hits. I misspoke earlier. Here's 3 for 3 now. It's McDowell. Here's the 2-0 from Juergensmeyer. That went in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Wheat City has 5 hits. McDowell has 3 of them. Actually, they have 6 hits. Scoreboard has not been changed. Here's the 2-1. Runner on third base. Chopper down third base line. That is foul. So 2 extra base hits right away here in the 6th. Wheat City not rolling over. They were down by 5 coming into this inning. Double from McDowell. Triple from Sorensen. A run in on 2 hits. They trail by 4 now, but remember we play 7. Juergensmeyer in relief of JT Cafferty. There's action in the Hastings bullpen. That went outside. 3-2 now here from Jaden Juergensmeyer to Nolan Drill. Catcher O'Brien on the on-deck circle. No outs. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We'll do the 3-2 again. Great crowd here on your Saturday. 6:35 tomorrow. Last chance for you to see the Sodbusters at home. I mean, if you want to travel up to, North Dakota next week, you can do that. It's a 14-hour drive. How about it? Otherwise, they go to Pierre to wrap up the season. That's a infield fly. Who's going to get it? Matson calling everybody off. Does make the catch, and there's 1 down. He catches it close to the pitcher's mound. So good pitch there by Juergensmeyer to get the pop out. Keenan O'Brien comes up. O'Brien is the catcher. He's 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. Juergensmeyer with a runner on third. 1 run in already here for Wheat City, but Hastings still leads 6-2. Pitch outside for a ball. He's fallen behind every batter this inning, except for Sorensen, who hit a triple on the first pitch. The 1-0 coming up from Jaden Juergensmeyer, and that one misses. 2 balls and no strikes. I thought maybe the Hastings Little League coach was going to come in. I told him to come in the 6th inning and talk with me. He might come in. 3-0 now to Juergensmeyer's, falling behind the 8th place hitter here, Keenan O'Brien. Juergensmeyer having a little bit of a problem with the strike zone, trying to find it here. in this inning. When he has, he's been giving up a double and a triple. Strike there. So O'Brien was taken all the way. Fogelstrom stands on the on-deck circle. Runner on third, 1 in, 2 hits this inning for Wheat City. They still trail, though, by 4, 6-2. And that one in there for strike 2. Keenan O'Brien didn't like the call. Josh Salmon with you. Duncan Field. Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein had you last couple innings. Here is the 3-2 coming up from Juergensmeyer. 1 out. And that one fouled off. Good job staying alive there by the catcher from Wheat City. Keenan O'Brien. They have 4 catchers listed. They have Stroh, we saw last night, O'Brien, Stein, which you haven't seen, and Caleb McDowell. McDowell's in a different position in the game. So O'Brien from Broomfield, Colorado, goes to Corbin University. Runner on third. Here's the pitch. Swung at him, missed, got him. Big strike out there for Juergensmeyer, and there's 2 down. Standing on third base is Sorensen with his hands on his hips. Brings up Houston Fogelstrom. Keenan O'Brien, 3 strikeouts in the game. That one inside. So the silver sombrero there for Keenan O'Brien. 3 strikeouts. I've done that. I've done it in Little League. I've done 4 in a game. How about that? Can he top 4? Come on in, Coach. Go ahead and grab the headset there, if you will. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Houston Fogelstrom. 2 outs. Juergensmeyer kicks and delivers. And that one misses up high. Joined by Hastings Little League coach. How's it going, Coach?
Pretty good.
Good.
Thanks
Give
for
everybody
having
your
me.
name out there if they don't know already.
My name is Dustin Rader.
Dustin Rader, congratulations. You guys are the Nebraska Little League champion. How's that sound?
Yes, sir. It's got a nice ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? Fouled straight back there by Fogelstrom. So talk about some of these kids, how hard they've worked to get to this point.
They've been eat, sleep, breathing baseball for the last probably 4 weeks. So
really?
I asked them if they wanted to practice tomorrow, and there was no hesitation.
They were ready to go.
They're looking forward to it just as much as I am.
Awesome. Did you guys, 2-2 there is outside, goes to 3-2. Did you guys start off with gangbusters, or did it a little slow going for you at the beginning?
You know, we played the regular season Little League, and it was just different than what we've been used to. So you kind of jump right into it, couple practices, get into the season, and then next thing you know, it's over, and you're in postseason.
Fouled off there by Fogelstrom.
So we've got 4 games together as a group and about 3 weeks worth of practices. So
awesome. And you guys are heading to regionals in Indianapolis. Where does that start?
Our first game is next Saturday at 3 o'clock Central Time against North Dakota Fargo.
Awesome. Very good. So tell us about how old the kids are on the team.
All of our kids are going to be 6th graders. We have 2 going to be 6th graders and 8 going into the 7th grade. So majority of them are 12 years old.
Wow, very good. And they have to be excited to be here. It looks like they're having a good time at the game here for Sodbusters.
They've had a great night tonight. We've been shown the green ropes here, basically, is what I say. They've had a good time doing it, too. They've got a smile on their face since they walked in the door.
All right, 3-2 coming up here, and that one fouled off third base side. And so how do you get these guys ready for such a big thing? You know, this is it could be overwhelming to them when they get there. How do you just keep them mentally in a good position?
We try to do a lot of non-baseball activities and put them in high-stress situations during practice, and hopefully that helps them prepare for a few weeks here. But, man, that's a really tough environment to recreate. Nice catch.
Fly out to left field there. We'll stay here with Coach. We won't take a break. Talking to the head coach of the Hastings Little League, the Nebraska Little League champions. How many teams did you have to beat to become the champions then?
We had to win 4 games. We had to play Kearney twice, so we had to beat 3 different teams. And Kearney, man, they're a good ball club. So.
And they know what it's like to beat originals.
They've
done it a couple times.
A lot of experience.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So very good. Awesome to have Hastings represented there. Just a great atmosphere for the kids. How many kids are on the team?
We have 10 kids on our team, and we were kind of joking with the guys in Kearney. Good group of guys, good coaches, and we like to always say the road for the Little League Championship stays going through the Tri-Cities this year. So
that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very good. And that's not a whole lot of pitching depth, so hopefully you got a lot of utility players on there that can come onto the pitch if you need them to.
We've got, I really feel confident. What's one cool thing about the regular season? We got 10 kids that I feel could throw strikes. So hopefully we don't need them all, but we would.
Awesome. Very good. Well, we're going to give the Royal Show Choir here a little bit of time, Coach. You can stick around if you want.
Sure.
All right, we'll give the show choir here a little action. Aurora High School Show Choir under the direction of Jason Frew. Jason also our on-field guy. Sounded really good there. That's awesome.
He has fun out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and that's his choir. He's a he's a teacher, so that's his guys and gals there. Came all the way in.
He enjoys that. That's fun to see.
Yeah, good time. He loves it, and the kids love him. I've heard nothing but good things about. I know a lot of these kids that are in that choir, and I've been talking to their parents. I went to high school with their parents, and tells you how old I am. But anyways, they have a good time and they love him. He's a real good music teacher. I did the music program back when I went to Aurora High School, but that was a long time ago, and that guy has since retired. So.
Well, look at how well they travel, too. Holy cow, look at all of them out here.
They were getting the, did you see him getting the wave going earlier?
Yeah, he did a good job.
That was a lot of fun. So so the kids on your team, we said about 6th grade, so probably 12, 13 years old?
Yep,
or 11?
All 12 years old.
12 years old, okay.
Can't turn 13 before September 1st.
Awesome, very good. And so a little bit smaller team, but you said everybody on the team has quality or can pitch, and you have faith in everybody. Hopefully you don't have to use everybody. So how many games will you play in regional in a week?
Well, maximum 5, hopefully more than 2.
Right.
So we get if we get 3 wins under our belt, that would put us into Williamsport. The top 2 teams move on to Little League World Series.
Wow,
so
that would be awesome.
We're looking for 3 wins, and the 4th one would just sure be nice.
That's a lot of baseball for those age of kids in that amount of time in a week. They're probably used to playing, what, 1 game a week or so, or 2?
You know, it's the Little League system is set up to where they can't play any more than 1 game a day. So it's kind of nice they have enough time to regroup and get the minds right, and the pitching is affected. The pitch counts are a little different and over a threshold, and they can't throw for a certain number of days. So it kind of levels things out a little bit.
I remember when I was that age, there wasn't a pitch count, but there was an innings count. How many innings a guy could throw? They still do that?
We do in some of the other organizations that we play in. That's where it's a little unique from this Little League that it now pitches. So a little bit of strategy involved there too.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, that could make it good or bad. You know,
well, it really puts you in the hot seat there when you're the one making the decision.
Right.
So.
If you pitch like Treyton Scully did last night, very economic start for him. I think he went 70-some pitches in the whole 7 innings. That's a good start, but their pitcher had 82 in the first 2 innings, so you don't want that.
How many did JT throw tonight?
I have, how many? 77. Nate's on top of it, so
he
good night for him.
He got squeezed a little bit, too. He threw a lot of strikes.
Yeah, he had bases loaded a couple times, but there are a lot of first pitch swinging here tonight, so for these guys.
Yeah, and they're a good swinging team, too. They got some Paul Bunyans out here in the gray.
Cole Doss, that first baseman, I think he ate a kid on the way over here.
He's a man, isn't he?
He's a big dude out there, 6'6", 270. You got yourself a lineman out there.
Well, I thought he was on the Weed City football squad, but this is...
Trevor Matson comes in. He's our biggest guy, so I still give Matson, I give him props. If we get into a fight, I'm gonna have Matson's back. I think the other guy will get a few punches in, but we're scrappy. Check swing there for Trevor Matson. His parents are here. So kids out here tonight, have they been to Sawbuster games this year? Yeah, I know they've been playing a lot of baseball. So
we have, unfortunately, this is our first night. My younger son got to have a night out here earlier in the year, but with this group, this is the first night we've had an opportunity to even come out here as a core.
Awesome.
We've neglected it this year. We've been very active, very busy, and
played a lot of baseball. Hit by a pitch there, and that one's in the meat of the bat. You know what? He leads the team in hit by pitches. And I was joking with him and his parents about that yesterday. not a stat you normally want to lead in, but Trevor will get on any way he can for this team.
You know, he wasn't flying out of the way, was he?
Nope. 4th time on base for him, and that is the first hits batsman thrown by Sheeran. So runner on here. And, you know, Trevor is tied for 2nd in stolen bases, too. He's a bigger guy, but he runs well. He's got 12 stolen bases on the year. So
and he hit an absolute tank earlier tonight, didn't he?
Yeah. If he would have straightened it out, it would have been out of here. He did have a home run earlier in the year this year. And there's only been 2 home runs at Duncan Field this year, one by Hastings College and him.
What do you think of how heavy this area is here tonight? I'm sure that didn't do him any favors.
No, he had to really muscle that thing as far as it did, and it went about 400 to the power alley and left center.
We got a good picture of that over there on third base side, so that's going to be some ammo for our kids in explaining full extension. That was a good swing.
Yeah, and have him talk to the kids afterwards. He's a terrific guy. Trevor Matson is.
He did not let one of our kids get through the front gate without expressing his
that's awesome.
Gratitude to him and thanks for being here, and it was really cool. Seems like a heck of a nice kid or nice guy.
He is. The 0-1 coming up here from Sheeran, down low. Yeah, when he hit the home run here earlier in the year, I came out the next day, and I went down to the dugout and I handed him one of those little tiny mini bats. And I said, the league said you have to use this the rest of the season. And he laughed at it. And it was an Angels bat, and he's an Angels fan, so he was happy with it.
Yeah, they say he was a California kid on the way in.
And I'm a Southern California guy, too, so him and I get along good.
Hence the Padres gear, huh?
Yeah, I told him as long as he's not a Dodgers fan, he's okay with me. That one gets away from the catcher, ball and a strike. Hallback at the dish here. 2-1 count to Matt Hallback. He's been tearing up the ball as well. Hallback, a high school player coming into this league, and boy, he's hitting in the 300s. He's been doing really well. Him, Johnstone is another one. Those guys have just played high school baseball. Jurgensmeyer came out and pitched last inning. He was a high schooler a week ago, and second time he's pitched. So a lot of young talent on this team. Good to see these guys.
Well, a lot of these guys, are they committed to come back next year? Or
we're hoping. Yep. Scott's asked quite a few of them to come back. Trevor Matson actually, he used to play for Western Nebraska last couple of years, and he has to come to
right?
Yeah, he has to come out to us this year, and so that was great. Scott said, we'll definitely take you.
Great opportunity for these guys, isn't it? I tell you what.
So after the hits batsman and the pass ball, you have a walk from Sheeran. And for Sheeran, that's his first walk. So runners on here, and they haven't even put the ball in play yet. As Luke Solis comes on. 1 of 2 tonight. Solis takes the pitch inside. This guy has terrific hands. He can play shortstop, second base. You know, Cole Dawson won a Gold Glove this year in college, and the only one in the division that won at shortstop, and they moved him over to second base. That's how good a shortstop this guy is.
Wow.
Cole Dawson can play anywhere. He can play with one arm tied behind his back.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
And then Jake Lombardi, who's not in the lineup tonight, he's also got terrific hands, can play anywhere in the infield as well. So a lot of versatility. These guys have turned so many double plays in the last 4 or 5 nights. It's been crazy. 1 ball, 1 strike here.
How many guys have had to report back to their
organization?
Yeah,
that's probably why we're doing the 7 innings, because we've had a few and they've had a few, and it's kind of one of those things where you get rid of guys and you get a few to kind of make up some bodies in the bowl. There's only, if you look at the start, the guys that were here from the beginning, there's quite a few yet. For this late in the season, that's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
Last year it was different with the shortened season to begin with, and then COVID, so they had to quarantine for 2 weeks before they started school. So then they had to leave the team 2 weeks early, and then quarantine, and then go to college classes. And so then you're really scraping up bodies, and we had to get a bunch of high school kids in last year, and some of those are on the team this year.
Yeah, I remember that. A great opportunity for those guys.
Swung on and missed there by Solis, and he goes down on strikes. It's the second strikeout thrown by Griffin Sheeran, and there's 2 down. Buster still leads 6-2 and brings up Logan Johnstone. This kid, a high school player, a couple weeks ago. If you look at him, he looks like he's 12 years old. He looks like he could be on your team. It's like somebody's little brother, but he has a terrific baseball mind. He really is mature for 18 years old. He's going to be playing it with Gonzaga next year.
Wow.
Yeah, they drafted him out of high school. So, in fact, his the center fielder out there is going to be one of his teammates at Gonzaga, Vogelstrom. 1 ball, no strikes here.
Where is Wheat City from?
Well, they're actually from Canada, but they've been playing their games in North Dakota because of the COVID thing, and it gives North Dakota a chance because they're going to have a team, supposed to have a team next year in the league. So it gives them kind of a feeler thing, a little tryout with the see how the crowds have been going, and it sounds like it's been going pretty good up there this year for them.
Well, hopefully this Nebraska-North Dakota theme here is what we see in Indianapolis too.
Yeah, a couple new teams in the league this year. You have Mining City, and then you have the Idaho team is new. The So, a few new teams in the league this year. Sioux Falls Sunfish were supposed to start last year, and they didn't. So,
will they start up next year?
They played this year.
Oh, they did?
Yep, they're doing pretty well this year. The 2-1 coming up, and that one inside for Logan Johnstone. Logan and Matt Hallbeck grew up they grew up in the same town, went to different high schools, but we talked to Hallbeck yesterday, and these two guys have known each other most of their lives. They've played a lot of games together. They played catch. They live 10 miles from each other in California, both going to different colleges, but they said it's great to be on the same team here.
Duncan Field in beautiful Hastings,
Isn't that
Nebraska.
crazy? You go from Los Gatos,
world.
California to Hastings, and Hallbeck's like, where's Hastings? He'd never heard of it. I'm sure Logan was pretty much the same way.
I'll bet.
3-1 coming up here. Trevor Matson dancing around on second base there, doing the Macarena.
Probably wouldn't trade it for the world now.
No, they're both having a good time. Both came a little late because California had some COVID things, and so they couldn't leave the state, and they didn't get to play baseball till late there. So they joined the team late. Really could have used them at the beginning of the year, but we're happy to have them, and they've been a huge asset to the team, as well as Trevor Matson, who's been with the team the whole year. He's out there at second base. I think he's played the most games. Him and Cole Dawson have played the most games. Trevor was the All-Star MVP this year for the Exhibition League. He takes off. That one hit back to the pitcher. Fogelstrom can't come up with it. Sheeran bobbles the ball. That'll be an infield hit. Johnstone makes it over there on the 3-2 pitch, stays with it. Should have been a routine out there. And we'll see how Andy rules that one, but I think it's going to be a hit. Should be an infield hit on that. Bases loaded now for the Busters. You've got, Matson standing on third. He was hit by a pitch. Hallbeck stands on second. And now the single there by Logan. It was an error, okay. Reached on an error. I wondered if they give him an error on that. So that is the first error of the night, and it belongs to the pitcher of Wheat City. That one popped up out of foul ground. Their first baseman covers a lot of ground, but he did not get that one.
Well, that bite moves pretty good, doesn't he?
I think that guy's so big the fence even moved when it was running at him.
I think he just took down the pole.
Yeah.
The light pole.
Wow. He's a big guy. I think the fence just buckled out of the way and said, nope, I'm not going to get hit by this guy. There's a few guys on Fremont that are that size, too. I think Fremont recruits linebackers on their team. 0-1 coming up here to Nick Carlson from Kearney. He's been doing a great job. He started off the season and then got a little bit hurt, and then happy to have him back. We lost a couple catchers. McGuigan went down with the injury, and then Feeney was here for a short time, did a good job, and he had to go back and start doing baseball routines, so Carlson's been getting bulk of the catching here. Neat deal. What is the toughest part with your guys, catching, pitching? I mean, what's the hardest part about coaching kids that are 12 years old? I remember 12 years old playing baseball, and there was a lot of things I needed to learn back then.
I would probably say emotions. We haven't quite got to the whole famed puberty stage yet,
sure.
But man, we're getting close to that, which brings in a whole nother level of emotions.
Right.
Just one of the things we try to really hammer home with the guys is like the boat in the middle of the ocean. Just don't get the front of your boat under those waves. Try and ride the waves. Don't get too low. Don't get too high, and just keep your boat on top of the water. And that's probably the biggest thing is, those guys make good plays and they're really high and they make a bonehead play and it's like the end of the world. And we really try to hammer home that, forget about the last one. Let's just focus on the next one. And they've done a really good job of, I would say, growing up a little bit this year. That's it's been pretty cool to witness.
Check swing here from Carlson, bobbled by the pitcher, but over to first, and Busters leave 3 on there, and they get out of the inning. Coach, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Acrobatic act we just
like
saw
that one?
there. Why,
Circus comes to town.
I appreciate you having me.
Thanks a lot. Yeah,
yes, thank
good
you,
luck.
sir.
We'll keep an eye on it.
We'll take all we can get.
All right.
Keep your fingers crossed, and hopefully hear you cheering.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break here from Eldon's Automotive.
Oops. We took a look at your car, and turns out you got a broken rotator splint. You want us to fix it or what?
When your car needs repaired, don't take it to that guy. Take it to Eldon's Automotive Repair. Old school service with new school technology. 701 East South Street in Hastings. So anytime your doohickey, thingamajig, or whatchamacallit breaks off, take it to Eldon's Automotive Repair. Eldon'sAutomotiveRepair.com. Remember, don't go to that other guy.
Come on, I ain't got all day. I'm busy,
A reminder from the Nebraska Lottery. Nebraska Pick 5 has draws 7 days a week, with jackpots still starting at $50,000. So play Nebraska Pick 5 today. Or you might miss your chance to win big.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
So pitching change here for the Hastings Sodbusters as Ryan Melvin makes his way in. We go from one Grand Island guy to another Grand Island native. And Ryan Melvin, he has been pitching excellent out of the bullpen as of late, has Melvin, and doing a really good job for the Sodbusters. I'll get you some numbers here in a moment on him, but the nine's done for Jagan Jurgensmeyer. Busters leave 3 on the last inning. That's the third time this game they've left bases loaded or 3 on. It was amazing, though, last inning as they had 3 guys on without a hit. A hit batsman, a walk, a reached on error. But the pitcher got out of it, Sheeran, with no damage on that. Pretty crazy, huh? Ryan Melvin comes in the game, the lefty. Very quiet young man, very nice guy, always friendly when I over and talk to him. Doesn't say a whole lot. And the nine's done for Jurgensmeyer. He pitched 1 full inning, 5 at-bats, 1 strikeout, gave up 6 walks. No, that's 0 walks? Sorry. You can't read your writing. Sorry, 0 walks. I was like, that's not right. 2 hits, a run, and it was earned. Thank you, Nate. He's a little faster keeping stats there than I am. I got a lot of buttons here to push. So Melvin comes in. Everything else the same for the Sodbusters as far as defensive positions. You have Matson, Solis, Dawson, and Hallback in the infield. Outfield is Jackson, Rocha, Omar Jackson, and Logan Johnstone. So best of luck there to the Hastings Little League team and the region. Midwest Regional going out to Indiana. They have to play 5 games in a week. It's crazy. And there's only 10 players on the team, so you really got to have some pitching depth on that one. It's pretty amazing. Everybody on the team can pitch. So best of luck to them. If they can win 3, then they will go to the Little League World Series. So that's interesting there. Jason Frew, Scott Galusha hugging it out. Real men can hug it out, right? Sure they can. Jackson Sorensen, I misspoke last inning. He's going to Gonzaga with Logan Johnstone. Fogelstrom goes to Northeast Community College. So, had my wrong guy out there. Melvin. Top of the order for him. It'll be Lindley, Stroh, and Jelly. 6-2 our score. Sodbusters lead here in the top of the 7th. Last 3 outs here for Wheat City to try to do something. And they get Ryan Melvin. Ryan the lefty. Not a whole lot of lefties out of the bullpen. You had Jurgensmeyer. So Ryan Melvin from going to Oklahoma Christian College. Last pitched on July 29th, just a couple days ago against the Moo. That was at Fremont. And got the decision in that one. Came and pitched 1 inning. Got the win. That one inside to Lingley. Gave up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 4 batters faced. He's really been playing well. The last time he gave up an earned run was Sunfish. Back on June 26th. So it's been well over a month since he has given up a run, and that was 2 earned runs that time. Otherwise, he's come in and pitched a couple, 2 innings. That one to third. Matson in between hops, scoops it, throws over to first at the Rocket after he bobbles it, and he's out. 1 down. Down to their last 2 outs is Wheat City here for game number 2. Same teams tomorrow, 6:35. First pitch. So after this weekend, Ryan Melvin will not make the road trip. Yeah. So he'll be here tomorrow night, but he won't be on the road trip. And coming up to the bat here is Parker Stroh. That one in there for a strike. Busters will hit the road on Tuesday to Wheat City, to Minot, North Dakota, where they play. And then had 2 more, wrap up, play 3 there, and then play 2 at Pier to wrap up the regular season. But 1 more tomorrow. Trying to close it out here is Melvin. 6-2 the lead. The curveball doesn't quite go. 1 ball, 1 strike. His stuff has been really, really good the last few outings. I've been very impressed with the way he has been pitching. Not a strikeout guy, not a huge strikeout guy, but he gets the ground balls, he gets the fly balls, and gets the outs, and that's important. Coaches will take that anytime over the strikeout. An out is an out. A ball, a strike, 1 out. That one hit to third. That's a screamer. Trevor Matson on the dive play. Over to first. Are you kidding me? Wow. Trevor Matson lays out for that thing. He's played the majority of the games at first base this year. That's the best play I've seen him make at third base this year, and he's done some good plays. That's outstanding. You think he wants this win? He does. And that guy goes all the time. He's always got energy. I went down there to do a post-game interview last week after a loss, and he was dancing the YMCA, and he grabbed me and started making me dance the YMCA. He's a hoot. 0 for 4 is Parker Stroh. Weed City down to the last out. It's up to their best hitter, Jake Jelly. Jelly officially on the game, 0 for 1. He's got a walk with an RBI. Sac fly. Struck out as well. 2 balls, no strikes, 6-2. 7-inning game. This is the top of the 7th. Ryan Melvin trying to close it out here for Hastings to get the 2nd win in a row for the Busters. Swung on and missed his Jelly, 1-2. Take a look at the scoreboard in the post-game show. Some other games in the area of interest as Spearfish is winning again. Fremont winning again as well. Pier losing. Western Nebraska trailing. 2-1 coming up here to Jake Jelly. Three and 1. So Ryan Melvin came in. He's got 2 outs. The 3-1 offering from Ryan Melvin, and check swing. He doesn't deny it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top 7. This is the situation these guys practice in their backyard when they're kids. Buster's going for the win here. Ryan Melvin on the third base side of the rubber gets a sign from Nick Carlson. The payoff pitch is coming up here, and it's, just missed inside. It was a little inside. I'm right behind home plate. That was maybe about 3 inches inside. So the walk, and a good at-bat there for Jelly, laying off of that pitch. That's a tough one to lay off of. 2nd walk of the night for him. That brings up Kobe Tweeten. Tweeten batting a $167. Runner on first is Jelly. That one in there for a strike. Hastings put 2 on in the first, 4 in the 4th. Weed City put 1 on in the 5th and 1 on in the 6th. 6 runs on 9 hits for Hastings, no errors. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 errors for Wheat City. The 0-1 coming up here to Tweeten. Curveball gets him. His curveball has been really nice. Something he said he's been working on all season. And first couple outings, he had a hard time at the beginning of the year, but boy, he's really midway through the season up until now. He's been very effective out of the bullpen. He was injured for a little bit as well, I think, if I remember right, for a little while. But he has been very solid out of the bullpen. Here is the 0-2. And Buster's going for the win right here. That one inside. Tweeten moving out of the way. He's been hit once tonight already. 2-2. Tweeten 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Runner on first is Jelly. Buster will playing a 7-inning game today. 7-inning game tomorrow, 6:35. We'd like to see out here. Buster's trying to close it out. Here in the 7th, Ryan Melvin's pitch. And the curveball stays outside a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Josh Salmon with you. Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein's been in tonight as well. 2 balls, 2 strike. Pitch coming up, Ryan Melvin. And the curveball pops it over by his own dugout. Not very catchable at all for anybody as that one goes into the dugouts and remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice job by the Aurora Show Choir on the God Bless America at the top of the 6th inning. Excuse me, at the bottom of the 6th inning they came out. Ryan Melvin, second to last game as a Sodbuster this season. Comes set. And that one hit the short. This should do it. Solis over to Cole Dawson, and they do win it. Sodbusters win it 6-2. Ryan Melvin shakes the hand of Carlson and then gets a big handshake, fist bump from J.T. Cafferty. We finished out the game for. We'll take a break and come back. Hastings wins it 6-2. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Johnson Imperial of Hastings and Kearney has been a quality builder and developer since 1918. They have your office and retail space solution. Over 300,000 square feet of premier space. On-site management and maintenance. Great locations and abundant pricing. Spaces designed and built to suit. And flexible leasing options available. Johnson Imperial also features general contracting services. Check out all they have to offer. JohnsonImperial.com. Johnson Imperial in Hastings and Kearney. That's JohnsonImperial.com. Nebraska Land Distributing is a proud sponsor of the Hastings Sodbusters. When you come to the ballpark, get a refreshing Coors Light, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributing. Nebraska Land Distributing also features Leinenkugels, the ultimate summer drink, cold and refreshing, and sold at Duncan Field. Another Nebraska Land Distributing option when you come to the ballpark is light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. Nebraska Land Distributing, proud sponsor of the Beer Batter at all Hastings Sodbuster home games.
Welcome back. Sodbusters win 2 games in a row against Wheat City. This is the 3rd game in a row that they have won, going back to the Fremont game on Thursday night. Josh Salmon back with you. Nate Miller to my right. Steve Stein should be over here in a little bit. We'll also be probably joined by Coach Chandler Wagner as they get some pictures down there on the field. Ryan Melvin continued his great bullpen work. Just gave up the 1 walk, and otherwise was very, very good as he got the last player to ground out. Let's look at some of the batting here for the Busters, and we'll look at the pitching. Omar with a hit. Trevor Madsen with 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs for him. Luke Solis with 1 hit and 2 RBIs. You have Shaw with a hit, Carlson with a hit, Johnston with a hit. The only person that didn't have a hit in the lineup is somebody that Steve interviewed yesterday, and I told him if the guy goes 0 for 3 or 4, it's his fault. And Matt Hallbeck. Matt did get a walk, but he didn't get any hits. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's your fault.
Yes, you are. I think it's exactly what you're saying.
I've had that happen to me. James Shimashita was on fire. I talked to him. He goes 0 for 4 the next day or something, and so I blamed it on myself. But no, it's just the way it goes. But still had 2 walks in the game. Did Matt Hallbeck, and he was on. So it wasn't like he struck out a bunch. He only struck out 1 time. Good game there. Ryan Melvin continues to just be outstanding out of the bullpen.
Yep, he's got it cooking. It seems like every time he comes out, he puts another inning and lowers his ERA another point or a half point because he had that 1 bad inning or 1 bad outing, and he just continues to throw up zeros. Really good outing.
Yeah, he's not one of those guys that are real flashy, but he just comes out and does a great job and very solid out of the bullpen there as Coach Chandler Wagner joins me here. Coach, another win, 6-2. JT, first of all, let's start with him. Pitched a good game. Got in some situations, but got out of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really good for us. He's a strike thrower, and I don't know, he's been pretty solid for us this last 4 or 5 outings, so it's been cool to see.
We were just talking about Ryan Melvin. He's been outstanding out of the bullpen as of late. Nothing a big flashy guy comes in, but he's got the great curveball, and he just gets the job done, induces the ground ball.
Yeah, he struggled early in the summer. Struggled throwing strikes, and once he got in the zone and just kind of let his defense do what they do, he's been awesome for us.
Said he's been working pretty hard in his breaking ball, too, and it looks like it's been paying off for him. Talk about the guys tonight. Good hits again. Madsen coming through. He left quite a few guys on base, but you still won by 4, so obviously you'd like to get the clutch hit when you need it, but hey, a win's a win.
Yeah, I mean, in a 7-inning game, you got to jump out to a quick lead, and we did that, and good start on the mound, and it was a good game for us, and obviously we'd like to get those runs in, but didn't get it today, and still pulled out a W, so it was good.
Defense has been very solid. I think there was one error last night, but tonight the guys did great. Usually it's up the middle. Trevor Matson, how about laying it out there last inning at that third base side? That's a big guy moving over there. Came up with that play and firing across the diamond. Wow, good play.
He's gotten really comfortable over there, and it's fun to move him around and see what he can do on the other side of the field. So he's been really good for us over there.
It was good to see Jackson Rocha drop the bunt down there in the fourth inning. Was that something you told him, or is that something that he came up with on his own?
No, that was on his own. Wish he did that when I gave him bunt earlier in the game, but no, that was all on him.
So it worked out good. He got on base. It's nice to see him. And when he came around to score, the guys all gave him a high five. So good camaraderie there. One more game at Duncan Field. What has this season meant to you? What has this crowd meant to you at Hastings in your first year coaching?
It's been awesome. These fans are great. And I was just thinking about it on the way up here. I mean, this is probably the best atmosphere a lot of our guys will have the opportunity to play in front of. So I think it's been really cool for them. And for them to play in front of these crowds has been great.
Yeah, as you know, you're a coach there at KU, and this is a first time maybe head coaching position for you. And so, how's it going? It's kind of a learning experience for you, kind of a learning experience for Luke Bay as well. And how's that aspect going for you as making decisions as a head coach?
It's been good. Obviously, it's kind of a learning process as we go, and I think we've done a decent job. I don't know. It's kind of been the players all summer. They work hard and continue to strive to get better, and that's all we can ask from them, and kind of let them do their thing.
One more here with Wheat City, then a day off, and then you guys go on the road for 5. I know the roster is going to get trimmed a little bit on the road, so you're not going to have a whole lot of options there, but you'll see Wheat City again. You got some versatility on this team, and so you're just going to do the best you can, obviously, to nickel and dime and put it together and try to win the last 5 out if you can.
Yeah, and I think we've been playing good baseball, so hopefully we carry it into the road series, and it's going to be all hands on deck, so we'll see what we can do with that.
Kind of fun with Fremont and Spearfish. They both won last night. You guys won, and so then you win tonight. They're both leading again tonight, so you guys are kind of we're playing spoiler there against Western Nebraska last weekend, helping everybody out. It'll be interesting to see what happens there in the league, and you guys are only 5.5 back now.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch and kind of see who's winning, who's losing, and check the scores after the game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. All
right, kind of a fun question for you here at the end. I saw you juggling down there. Is that something you've been doing for a while? Juggling 3, that's a good one. You kept them up for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't know how I learned that, but I'm trying to get some of our guys to mess around with it, but nobody can do it yet except for I think it was Omar that can do it. So.
Oh, there you go. I can do 2 very well, but a 3 I'm not very good.
Yeah, I don't know where I learned how to do it, but.
All right. Well, a backup job there. You can make a little extra money that way. How about that?
The circus if this doesn't work out.
All right, Chandler Wagner, I'll let you enjoy the team. Congratulations on the win. 6-2 is the victory there for the Hastings Sodbusters. And we'll be wrapping up the broadcast here momentarily. I want to thank Nate Miller to my right. We have the Hastings Little League coach coming in. Best of luck at regionals for those guys as they start next weekend in Indiana for the regionals. They'll play 5 games in a week. They need to win 3 of them. That should be an interesting thing. And one more game for Steve and I here this season to wrap up things here at Duncan Field, and a little tear in my eye. It's been an awesome experience once again this year, and a fun atmosphere always with the guys. Great group of guys down there in the dugout. They're always very friendly, always calling me sir, which makes me feel old, but that's very respectful, and I am old enough to be most of their dads, including Chandler, but we won't go there. And Steve's young at heart, so we'll do that. How about that? Say you want to defend yourself, Steve? Young at heart. I was nice.
I would hate to see what they call me if they call you sir.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't even want to tell you how old I am in terms of being their father. Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. You're not old enough to be my dad, but you're old enough to be Nate's. How about that? And I'm old enough to be Nate's. So Busters win it 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 2 runs, 5 hits and 1 error for Wheat City. We'll see them back here tomorrow. Last chance for you to see them at Duncan Field, 6:35 first pitch tomorrow. We'll start a pregame at 6 o'clock. Again, that's a 7-inning game as well. It is fan appreciation night, so there'll be lots of discounts and deals going on, and lots of fun things happening for the fans. It's all about you guys tomorrow as Busters win the 3rd game in a row. Wrapping up the broadcast, this is Josh Salmon high above Duncan Field in booth number 3. Good night.